Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Uncommon. I'm Casey Bouch, and welcome to the fourth episode of Delving in Deep. Say hello, all my sexy players.
Hi.
Hello. Hello, all my sexy players.
Hey. Welcome to Delving in Deep, the Dungeons and Dragons game where the details matter. And my players are asking why aren't they level 3 yet?
That was hilarious.
Yeah.
Hilarious.
I actually really appreciate that. It only just came up. The problem with asking it now is if you had asked it like at the end of last session, at the beginning of last session, you might actually survive this next encounter.
Was that the key? You were just waiting for one of us to ask, and that's when they
Shit,
leveled
sorry
up?
guys.
Wow,
Oh, wait,
it's the
that
plan.
was
We
the
just gotta ask.
milestone. I get it now.
The
all
milestone
makes
is asking.
It's the milestone where we learn to stand up to Casey and realize our own inner power and truth.
I hope that
Casey
works
will
out.
Smack each of us down.
I don't think that'll work out great.
Oh. This is good. I'm excited. So I guess a recap. Last time on Delving in Deep, episode 3. Ooh. I don't actually have to do all this from memory. I have already written out my pre-notes. So last time on Delving in Deep, you guys went to find the Chaos Bomb. And it turns out it was in the house where Shelt and Kester had already investigated. They knew the family. You went there trying to beat the Taylors to the location. Shelt ended up leaving so he wouldn't cause a scene or be recognized. He went back, I believe it was to Slippy's. Now, you get in, you found the family had killed themselves. They had hung themselves in the closet, maybe due to the loss of their son or whatever it may be. Probably due to that. In fact, I don't know why I'm like going way out of the way to say probably, because now I'm just making you guys think there's alternate motives, but there's really not. Definitely not.
Well, now I'm worried.
And then Knox goes to the mayor, talks to the mayor for a bit. The mayor lets him in on a little bit of a secret that Blackfist has not been turning in these bounties. The group goes to Stevens, tries to turn in the Chaos Bomb that they'd recovered from the house, and Steven just won't have it. He says, "Come back, wink. Come back later, wink. Definitely go to that place where you're staying, wink." Fast forward a little bit. You guys did some dancing. You had some conversation. You come back later that night. Kester was recovered, and then you come back later that night to meet Steven in his backdoor hours of 2 to 3 a.m. And you're met with a red-robed figure who sticks a knife in Steven's gut and then turns to face each of you. And that's where we're going to open up as the cloaked figure says, "Well, hello there. Looks like you're just in time. Excuse me while we take care of this fella." And he starts to drag Steven off to the side as another figure steps out from around the corner to help him with the body. And another third figure steps up to starts squaring you up.
Hello.
Hi.
Oh. So, you have something that we want. And this could go probably a couple of different ways. So how about you just hand over the Chaos Flower, and we'll be on our way.
I think that sounds like a great idea. Here, have it.
Who's currently holding it? Is it actually Joy?
I think
Joy
so.
has it. Joy put it
Okay.
in her bag.
No, Joy did not put it in her bag. It's a 6-foot plant.
So who has it?
I think it was George. George carrying it.
Yeah.
Oh,
Carry,
okay, that's what I thought.
Okay.
I know you put something in your bag. I don't remember what it was.
Shut your mouth, Knox.
So the one of the red cloaked figures, not hauling off Steven's body, walks up, and takes the pot from Joy, and he says,
Doesn't smell very good, anyways.
If it wouldn't be too much, could we get the what was promised?
I
know,
think
just
You don't want to do that.
No,
No.
we're good.
no, just a little coin.
Kieran, come back here.
"Oh, you want some coin for the thing that you shouldn't have."
I mean, we got it. I mean, we're giving it to you.
Kieran. Kieran.
Go ahead and roll a charisma check, Kia.
Straight charisma or
Uh,
persuasion?
just give me a straight charisma.
Okay.
So
Okay.
what is different about this plan, anyways? Why do you want it?
And then the third one who had stepped around the corner turns to you, Joy, and says, I'm not sure if that's really something we're interested in talking about. Are you sure you're interested in having this conversation right now?
I don't know. I just really like plants.
Steven's body gets pulled around the corner. This thick trail of blood. The two cloaked figures begin to back up, keeping an eye on both of you, or the group. And they walk around the corner, and they disappear into the night.
How do you guys all feel about what just happened?
I don't think we should have given it to them.
I
In
don't
general.
think we had a choice.
I mean,
I'm
yeah.
real squishy, guys. I don't think I wanted to fight over that. Plus, I'm not real worried about.
In hindsight, we should have had Steven come to us.
Maybe.
Piles, Anthony in the back says, "Oh man, I don't really feel so good about that either, guys. But that was intense. Oh man."
Yeah, so I haven't really met these hunters or tailors, whatever they're called. Is this normal protocol? They stab someone in the middle of the night and drag them around?
That's the part I'm the most worried about. I'm worried about Steven. To
I-
hell with the plant. I just want Steven to be all right.
He's
I
dead.
think he's in a better place.
Yeah,
Steven is dead.
He is
There is
in
no one way about that.
the
He's
giant
dead.
drug field in the sky.
I mean, Steven might be alive, guys. I mean, they did drag his body off. They're not covering up anything.
Okay, I'm just gonna say this. You saw how much blood came out of him, right?
Oh god, that's really worrying. Actually, yeah, that was a lot.
If he survived that, he deserves a gold medal.
I haven't met the Taylors before, but from the stories that I've heard, he's dead.
He's definitely dead, but
Did they take him away, or did they just take him around the corner and leave?
Do you want to go look?
Not particularly, but probably.
Do you want to? Go ahead.
I just want to make sure because I don't remember. Shell, have you actually revealed to us that you're not actually a tailor?
Yes.
Okay, I
Yeah,
couldn't remember.
Yeah.
I
Kelvin
thought you
has
just
told you.
one person.
No, he's called himself a mage hunter, but he specified he's not a tailor. He's a bounty hunter that
Gotcha,
specializes
okay.
in hunting mages.
Okay, sorry.
Huh? That's. Whew.
So yeah, Joy, do you go take a look, or should Shell take a look?
Yeah, I'll peek around the
Right.
corner.
Give me a perception check, and if you would like, a stealth check.
No. That's on the D&D. Oh shoot! I knew I forgot something. I forgot to open up my character sheet.
Whoops.
Whoops, daisy.
Perception.
Are you also doing stealth?
Yes.
Mhm.
And she's really being slow about the sneaking thing, huh?
Sorry.
Yeah.
You said
Very,
perception?
careful.
I never knew Joy was so sneaky.
Oh,
Socially stealth.
it's because I have the wrong. It's because Internet Explorer opened instead of Chrome.
Oh.
That's why I can't roll that right now.
That's fair.
Are you in roll 20 at all?
Yeah, I'm in roll 20, but I'm.
Just do the roll and roll 20. Like, just.
No.
I just imagine Joy right now is humming that song from
Petrified?
Emperor's New Groove that Kronk does.
What?
Joy right now is petrified.
You want me to roll for you?
Yes, please.
First I was
Okay.
afraid. I was petrified.
We can't
Alright.
sing anymore, or else we'll get copyright struck.
22. So you, oh yeah, and you had a perception roll. So I'll do that too while you sort this out.
That's not a bad stealth roll.
No.
Thank you.
I do what I can. But you're gonna have to rely on your passive perception as you pull up alongside the wall of the building.
Well, luckily, that's 16.
It is, and that's pretty good. And you see it's a group of 4. It turns out to be 4 red hooded men, full robes, pulling Stephen down the street. They go for some distance before turning on to a side street.
Okay, they took him with. I will stop peeking around the corner and let my party know that. Guys, they took him with and they went left. Although I don't think it'd be hard to follow with that trail of blood.
Yeah, if he's still trailing bleeds. Oof. Did he drop his box?
Yeah, did he drop his box?
Yeah, that tackle box is still right there.
Yeah, I'll pick that up. Open it up.
Okay. Let's see. Go ahead and let me get 4 D100s.
Just from me, or should we split this up?
Nope. This is what's in the tackle box.
Alright, I'll do it then.
Let me click on my favorite page of my OneNote. 100 drugs for every occasion. All right, so a 66. So you go and write down this as 66 fever fire. These are petals of a translucent flower. And that's all I'll read for that one. Number 48. Write this down as 48, the flayed mind. This one is looks to see it's a drink, a purple drink, purple drank even. Number 51 you can write down as Vladri. This one is.
Did you spell that for me?
Yeah. Vladri.
I got it right.
Let me get an intelligence check from Kia on this one.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Oh.
Oh yeah, so this is this as the strongest drug made in the material plane. It consists of underdark mushrooms dissolved in spider venom sold by the drow. It creates euphoria and visions of eldritch horrors that may or may not be hallucinations. Lasts a number of hours, and at the end ends with a heart attack, and save or die.
So it's just fentanyl.
I'll just reach over and take that one and just. You shouldn't take this one.
I'll just write bad trip man on Vladimir.
Like, just you don't want this one, and I'll just put it away.
And then the last one, number 12, you can write down as black root, and this one is a lichen, a green fluorescent lichen.
So after I look through all these, she takes that one. I'll close the tackle box and I'll just hand it to Joy, and I go, "Here, something to remember him by."
Oh, you're so sweet.
So this tackle box is it looks like a regular fisherman's tackle box. You know, it's made of wood. It's got a hard latch, but it's been like carved in. It's got pictures of various plants and paraphernalia. Very heavily customized, and it looks to be his handiwork. There's even a picture of a rabbit kind of partially, like, it looks like he's working on it, like fiddling down and shaving it.
And
He's
right
such
after
an
she says,
artist.
right after she says, "Oh, you're so sweet," I'll go see if I can get in the store so we can loot it.
Okay.
Yes.
Go ahead and give me a let's go with Thieves Tools check.
Alright, so it's locked. Very cool.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's the one thing I never wrote down, but I assume pretty much the same as sleight of hand, just dex with.
If you have the same proficiency in them and then no expertise, then yeah.
Oh wait, shit, I'm proficient in sleight of hand, so this won't take me long.
Yeah, no problem. So you're not proficient in sleight of hand and you are proficient in Thieves Tools?
I'm expertise in sleight of hand, but not these tools.
Got it. Yep.
During this time, I'm gonna walk over to Anthony and go,
Hey, well, it kind of looks like it might be your lucky day. You know that boat pot you wanted
Yeah, I was just
might
thinking
be
that.
accessible.
Guys, did we do this to him?
I don't know.
I don't think so.
In a
4 to
lot of
1
ways,
odds,
he did it
yes.
to himself.
Hey. You sure he's dead?
No.
No.
I give him
I
50-50 chance.
Are
I've
these-
not ever run into the Taylors before, but the stories I hear are pretty bad.
Here's what I'll say. They didn't have to stab him. He was very obviously afraid. They were keeping him alive just long enough to get us there, to drop off the plant. If they didn't want to kill him, knife never would have come out.
I mean, it worked. He scared us half to death. We just handed it over.
Maybe that was their plan, to just scare us enough to hand it over without a problem.
I mean, if I thought I could do it without starting a fight, I'd have healed him, but I was pretty sure that would start a fight that we couldn't win.
Wait. Something you just said just clicked.
What's that?
The Taylors wouldn't have just let us go.
You
They
think
aren't-
they're gonna follow us and see what we do next?
Or those aren't the Taylors.
So you think we should go after Steven?
No, I don't think Steven's gonna be around. But you did just hand them the quote-unquote chaos bomb, correct?
Yeah, sure.
The chaos bomb.
Yeah,
Are
what's
you-
your point?
Are you suggesting they might be the smugglers we were looking for?
Yes.
Oh. I was wondering why they seem to act a bit fishy. I don't know what a tailor acts like, but I would assume they wouldn't be that flaky.
I mean, it wouldn't be hard to get just your hands onto a red cloak, pose as a tailor.
Well, so it sounds like what you're saying is that we should follow this trail of blood and do something.
That's exactly what I'm saying.
All right.
Yeah,
fine.
I don't know why it didn't pop earlier.
Because
I'm
we
still a
were
little
scared.
I'm still a little freaked out about almost killing the bartender. That's
Mm.
I wish I could throw chicken wings that well on command. Maybe, but if it is the Taylors, we should still be careful. And with that Thieves Tools check, you pop open the back of the shop.
Yep, pop it open. There we go. Man, he had a pretty good lock on this thing. Give me a second.
He was paranoid.
Yeah, not paranoid enough.
Yeah, sure. Why not? Let's. Anthony
I
takes a
think
look
we
around.
should I think we should help before we loot, don't you?
Yeah.
I think so too. I don't know how to track a vehicle that's this far gone. I assume it's going to be really hard. Did you see what direction it went?
Yeah, they went down that way and then to the left.
I don't know if there's a vehicle.
No, they were
There's-
just walking.
They were dragging
Oh,
him, which is
okay. I
really
had the
But
weird.
there was
imagination that
also-
they threw
There was
someone.
also 4 of them, not 3.
4?
Well, we
4
outnumber them.
tailors. 4 red cloaks.
all right.
Someone
I'm-
not squishy, take the lead, please.
I'm following after them.
All right.
Um,
I'm following
yeah,
after
yeah.
Nox.
Yep,
Nox, are
I'll
you serious
follow
about
as well.
this? You guys realize if they are Taylors, this is a one-way street.
You
Are
should
we
know-
biting this? Are we biting this snake?
This is.
Well, the other option is we could just hightail
I
it out
was
of
a-
town
I
real
was-
fast.
I was arrested by tailors the other day. They aren't the kind to just let anyone go.
I would
We
agree.
were,
with that.
Well,
we were handling arcane objects.
Yeah, they would
is the
arrested
plant
us, wouldn't they?
arcane?
They just confiscated the objects and let us leave.
Since
Well,
when a
yeah.
since when a plant's arcane, Nox?
We were lit.
Nature's
plant.
not arcane.
That plant. Never mind.
You might have a
If
point there,
nature
Joy.
was arcane, I'd have been in a lot of trouble a long time ago, guys.
I
Look,
think we take
Care
this to
about
a
that.
group vote because we don't have time. I
He's
say
right.
we go for it.
I
Let's
agree.
go.
I'm in. Let's bite it.
That's seriously 3-3, or
Nox, what do you vote?
Ox was 4.
Yeah.
okay, well
okay.
you didn't raise a hand. I was just curious.
Sorry.
Y'all is good people. I know I chose well. I'm in. Anthony raises his hand.
So caution and someone sneaky and not squishy should go first.
Very well. You, Nox, or I?
I'm not sneaky.
I'm pretty sneaky.
But are you squishy?
Well, I can handle myself.
I may be fat, but you seem to have a little bit of flab there.
That's not what I mean by squishy.
What did you mean when you said squishy?
It takes damage real easy.
So easily
Well,
hit.
that's all of us.
Clumsy.
I mean, I'm fleshy, a blade or a hammer.
All right,
that's
I'm
She
gonna
me-
start.
she
I'm
means
gonna
she can't
start
avoid
walking.
the attacks.
I'm right behind Joy.
All right. So how are we doing this? Are there sneaky people? Or are we walking straight ahead? How you want to do it?
I'll lead the charge. I'll try to run ahead and then sneak.
Okay. So Jabo, give me both a stealth check and a survival check for tracking.
I'm gonna go with Jabo.
If you have any
I'll let
bonuses
Jabo-
to
I'll let-
tracking
I'll let
humanoids.
I'll let Jabo do the tracking, but I'll
Okay.
stealth
I'll need
with him.
another stealth from you too.
Here's stealth. Jeez, I'm glad
I
it's a
think I'll
plus
stealth
6.
as well.
Okay.
And then tracking, you said, or wait,
survival.
survival. Yeah.
Okay. So with those, okay, so 3 of you moving forward and 1 doing the tracking. With that, you find the blood splotches. It's hard at night. The occasional flickering torch in a window, or the dark vision from Kia helps you find the twists and the turns as the group moves through the city, and it does start to take you down towards the docks. You think you missed the trail for a moment when you hear some shouting, some conversation, some terse conversation coming from a nearby warehouse.
Do you guys hear that?
Should we surround it and come from other directions?
I'll take the front door.
I'll take the back.
I'll go with Nox.
Yeah, I'll take the back.
I'll go with you guys off the back.
I assume there is at least 2 exits.
Someone.
Do we see anything more than 2 exits?
So what you see, this warehouse does have, is you kind of give me an investigation check. Actually, let's do this. We have those things.
Does it matter who rolls it? Or
Oh.
Just
I'll take it.
I mean,
Maybe the-
yeah,
maybe the
2 of you
wizards
may.
roll.
Okay, I'll take this one.
All right.
Yeah, maybe the wizards roll.
So on this building,
I'll let people roll.
there is only a front door. There are 2 windows in the back upper section, and that's where the conversation seems to be coming out of. You hear it out of the window.
What is the content of said conversation?
He can get close enough to find out if you'd like, but at this distance, it is hard to make out.
Do you want stealth and investigation for that?
If you were to try to get close, it would be stealth and perception to try to listen.
Did that roll? Do. Did the stealth roll come through?
It did not. I didn't see it.
All right, let's do. Nothing. There it is.
Okay. All right, so now let me get a perception check. As you work your way up to the warehouse, you find a couple of crates. You're able to, move over, and you start to stack very quietly. And you climb up. You get as close as you can. You stick your ear out, and you catch the middle of the conversation. And it's the same voice from earlier. And he says, "What makes you think that this asshole here is telling the truth? I mean, really, it's high out of his mind every time we find him." The other guy, or every time we talk to him, the other guy says, "Well, he turned him over for the chaos bomb pretty easily, and those guys didn't want any trouble. They seem to respect the rules around here." The guy cuts in. He says, "Well, now that we got him, we'll have plenty of time to ask him. I don't like those big assholes. Well, the big one, at least, creeps me out. Some kind of mask, something. But they came into town and they're making a name for themselves. And here they are, finding like the only chaos bomb in the city. We'll ask him questions when he comes to. Make sure he doesn't bleed out on me."
I will get down from my crates. Guys, so he's not dead. They're waiting for him to come to. They're not gonna.
You cut out.
You cut out a little bit, Jamie.
It sounds like they're looking for information and they're kind of afraid of the big guy.
Cool. So maybe I could walk in there and intimidate the shit out of him.
That's what I was just thinking, J-Bo. That would be perfect.
I still can't tell if they're really if they actually are who they say they are, though.
There's one way to find out.
Give me a minute. A friend of mine gave me something I think we can use, and Knox will pull out the cloak that has the mark of the Chrolome and from the siren, and put that on.
Okay, so you're gonna put in the big, heavy white coat.
Yeah.
Okay.
Here, if you guys are going at the front, I'll pull out my bow. I'll sit on the window. I'm fast enough. I can come around the front if you need my support there.
Alright.
All right.
So what are you gonna do?
Knox will turn to the rest of them. All right. So what my plan is: bash down the door, yelling that we're authorities from Chrolome.
Okay, I like where this is going.
Maybe a little less yelling, a little less attention to ourselves late at night in the warehouse, Doc's dealing with a lot of illegal things.
Yeah.
Also,
Sure.
they've already seen us. Why wouldn't we have done this in the first place?
Because we were trying to get them to take us to where they were keeping their stores.
Have you ever heard of tailing?
Exactly.
Yes. All right, fair enough. I just want to make sure we make that clear to them. Otherwise, they might get suspicious.
Fair enough. All right then. J-Bo, you and me at the front?
Yep, I'll stand behind you like a giant badass bodyguard.
You're very good at that, J-Bo.
Oh no, I've stroked his ego. Anthony leans in. He says, "So we just kick it down the door?"
Wait. I do think Shelt is right with the stealthier approach. Shelt, do you think you can unlock the door before you head up to the window?
Yeah, I can make an attempt.
And
So
then,
what are you looking to do?
Before I go over to post up on the window before the fight, I'm gonna see if I can unlock the door for them.
Okay, so I'm gonna bring you on to the map, so you kind of see what you can see. And I'll give you just kind of a layout. And I'm gonna need to bring. Yep, it should be for most of you.
Hello.
All right. So if
why
you,
is Shelt inside the house already?
because the
Yeah.
only that is the only way he can see what he needs to see.
Oh.
So from the window, this is what you immediately see. The red hooded cloaks. Figured they still have the red on. They've pulled back the cloak. There is 2 humans, a tiefling, and a half orc. Down the stairs, so this is the second floor of it, you see pretty big warehouse, but the front door is all the way to the front.
If the plan to break down the door as the authorities would be great if we were actually the authorities.
They don't know
Yeah,
that.
actually, I won't post up on the window then if it's that far away.
Okay.
How are we for range?
Like,
I
as
don't know
in,
about those.
how many range people
Yeah,
do you
that's
have?
for the party.
I got
'Cause
a
those,
little.
those,
I can.
those boxes looked pretty
thorn whip.
nice.
I have a crossbow.
The boxes looked pretty nice for a prolonged fight.
I can use
Yeah,
some
I
magic,
do.
that's about
I
it.
do range as well as up front.
Yeah.
Same. Alright, I think so for now. Yeah, I'll follow with them for the front door, but more sneaky approach if we can.
Yeah.
Quieter.
Okay. Let me pull
Stuff
back
and
to
tell loud.
here.
Did you say one of the ones in the red coat was a tiefling?
Yes,
Yep.
there was a tiefling in the
There's a
group.
tiefling, a half orc in there.
I had a captain that was a half orc once. She was really nice.
Half orcs are hardy folks. When he's down, you hit him again.
Just remove the head.
And then
It's
just one
easier.
more time, just for safekeeping.
Until they're bleeding out the ears, they're not gone.
And yeah, this got really dark really quick, guys.
I
Hello?
I turn to Anthony and I look him in the eyes. I kill people for a living.
He was very upfront about that, Anthony.
Oh, go ahead and give me let's give me a charisma check.
For who?
For Shelt. He says, yeah, noted. On my list of skills here for Shelt, charismatic and killer. Got it. Good at. Good parentheses. Good at.
And
He's got a very specific set of skills.
Which makes him a nightmare for people like them.
He's learned over a very short career.
Kester, you wanna help me take a look at the door and make sure they don't got any surprises waiting for me?
Oh yeah, sure, I'll help you out.
I'll try unlocking it. Yeah.
Yeah. I'll give my expert eye for investigation here for traps. I'm assuming.
Okay. Well, let's do investigation. One of you at advantage to look for a trap.
Yeah.
Which would be Kester.
Oh, okay. If you say so.
You're much better at
Yeah, I know.
investigation than I am.
It's an 18.
Okay. It's not even locked right now.
Oh god, it's unlocked.
And
Is it open?
they're not worried at all. That speaks to
what kind of-
either
This is
foolishness
kind of an
or
odd question, but what kind of
truthfulness.
door is this? Is this like a giant barn door style door? Or
Absolutely.
Is it like a regular
It's a big warehouse door.
It's a big warehouse door.
Looks like they can
slides.
move in. Yeah,
It's
slides
very
over.
loud.
Looks like they can move large vehicles in and out, wagons pretty easily.
Okay, cool. Just checking.
Mhm.
So yeah, it's unlocked. How do you want to do this? Just open it up a wee size and slide in.
Hopefully.
Any bigger than just we slide in, and they might be able to get around us.
Yeah.
Right, I want to be in the middle.
Okay. I'll bring up the middle as well.
Okay.
I'll head in first with my shield.
Yeah, right behind you, buddy.
I'll be behind Jabo.
All right. So go ahead and slide a hand if you're trying to open the door silently.
I'll try that.
Go for it, Selt.
Yes.
I don't know how I
Okay.
can help, so go for it.
Thank you for holding the door like a gentleman.
Oh man, that's a shit on the dice, but
Alright.
at least I got a +8.
Let me check some passive perceptions real quick before we get too far.
Yeah, we're gonna do like a group stealth.
God, that was
Okay.
so bad.
Yeah, so that door opens up, and immediately on the other side, I'm going to just push you guys one square in so you can kind of see what's going on. On the far side, up top, you hear, "Hey, did you hear that? I think someone just came in the front door." As the robe figures begin, a couple robe figures, well, in robes, start to walk down
Do
the
I
stairs.
know what this building is? Like,
It's a
Warehouse.
warehouse.
but do I know who owns it or what it's normally used for?
Sure. Give me an intelligence check.
I want to try to get in as quick as I can and over to the corner behind the barrels.
Yeah,
Hey, I
wanna
you,
get over
you
here.
guys can go ahead and position yourself
Yep.
wherever you want to right now. You should have full
Get in
control.
here behind this
Like-
crate.
Like sneakily.
Okay. Are we leaving the door open or attempting to close it again?
Close. Like they.
I would attempt to close it again.
Yeah.
I'll go through last to try to close it behind
Okay,
us.
we'll go ahead and leave that same sleight of hand check. Represent the same effect. All right, so everybody moves off to the corners. Give me stealth checks.
Oh.
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 There's our nat one.
I have a +6 too.
Mhm.
Hey.
Christian in this, am I?
As you see you see the two humans and the priest kind of walking in that direction. They said, I swear I heard something. Holy shit, it's the big guy. Hey, they followed us here, boss. They followed us.
They're seeing me. Let's go.
Fight time.
All right, they begin to
Holy shit! It's the big kid. I like to imagine J-Bo's just standing in the corner, completely
duck.
straight up.
Oh, that yeah.
Like-
it
Yeah,
used to
he's-
work.
Like J-Bo, you're like what, like 6 foot something. The barrel in front of you is like 4 foot something.
oh shit, let's pull this up. You may roll initiative. They begin to draw their weapons.
Don't forget to click on your person.
Yep. It's not bad.
Of course, it didn't work for me, did it? Oh, it did. Okay, never mind.
Let's go and move you over here.
Holy crap.
Oh, okay, there.
Go Nox.
All right.
Good job, Knox.
Too bad I have the worst movement speed out of all of us.
Ah, you're fine.
You'll be okay.
You'll be fine.
All right. So as they stop, they shout. You see them drawing a mixture of weapons pointing in your direction. The door to there's a shack in the middle of this, like an office. That door flies open. Nox, you're the first one to realize you've been spotted. What do you do?
Oh, they already know we're here. I'll move 25 feet. I guess I'm moving to this piece of cover.
I realize just now I need an Anthony token. Please continue.
I only see these 3, correct?
You can see what you can see.
Okay. Then you know what? We're gonna guiding bolt this guy on the right here.
Okay.
Right now, strong.
Come on. I don't know why
So I got a 12 from you. So out of 12, he moves just out of the way. This is chain shirt underneath. You hear it jingling.
a jingling.
Jingling. All right.
Jingle jingle.
Anything else for your turn?
Free action, pull my warhammer out.
Okay. All right. The one at the bottom of the stairs, he's going to move forward. Let's see. Take a quick look at what he's got. He's going to say, that's Chrolome's weak shit. And he's going to walk over and cast Guiding Bolt on you.
Oh.
This one's going to hit for 13 points of radiant damage.
What was the attack?
21?
Yeah, no, that'll still hit.
Okay. I was double checking I was questioning myself there for a second. You're right. He's super tanky. And then he's going to duck behind the crate and take cover. All right, Kester. You just watched Nox fire out a bolt, missing his target, while the red-hooded figure came forward, shooting out an identical bolt, striking Nox strong in the chest. What do you do?
They know we're here, but they don't know where we are.
They know where J-Bo and Nox is, as well as anybody who rolled below a 13 on their stealth.
Okay. So I can. Would moving break my stealth?
Yes, absolutely. Unless you were using your action to move stealthily.
Okay. At this range, I can't do much.
Okay.
Actually, I like my boxes, so I'll use my crossbow bolt to shoot at this guy.
Okay.
Any cover restrictions I should know about?
Not on him.
Not on him? Cool.
The only ones in cover right now is that one priest, and it's
Yep.
total cover.
Just total cover. Fuck. Fuck.
At an 11, that will hit.
Oh well.
Yeah. This
They have,
was
like, no armor.
this individual here looks unarmored completely.
Okay. For 6.
All right, 6 points hits him hard. That bolt sticks right in the gut, and he doubles over. Oh God.
Back behind the boxes.
Yeah. He's just looking down at the bolt in disbelief. So are you dropping down complete cover?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Next up is another priest. All right. So this one's, I'm gonna keep popping up all the fancy things. He's gonna step up. He's going to cast Spiritual Weapon. He's gonna do so on Nox. An 11 will miss, but there is now a spiritual weapon. I'm going to represent that by just kind of a big old colorful bunch of tokens on this thing. And then he's going to use Sacred Flame on the same individual. I need a Dexterity saving throw, Nox, DC 13.
Okie doke.
Yep, you will succeed. You will take no damage as he runs and ducks behind a different crate.
I don't know why it keeps showing up as my real name.
It shows up like that for me too.
You may.
Are you doing it from Roll20?
No, I've been
Or
doing it
from-
from Beyond. I'm just gonna.
That's what it's doing it for me too.
You can change your name in Roll20 to whatever you want it to be through the gear, and that'll fix it. But that being said, next up in the order is Shelt. You just watched these two priests drop down some pretty strong divine magic. The one acolyte, however, looks pretty rough.
So could I, since I'm, I know what I'm gonna do. Let me figure this. Now, from where I'm currently at, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna take a shot at that acolyte from
Okay.
hiding. I got advantage since he can't see me since I'm hidden. Yeah.
I really got to double check how that works, but we'll go with it.
I just double checked it. That is how that works.
Oh, cool.
Yep. So yeah, advantage since I'm hidden. Short bow. Come on, don't fail me now.
But 10 will hit.
10 still hits.
10 hits.
Oh, that's squishy.
That one is squishy.
He's also now dead.
All right. The first arrow had him doubled over. The second one hits him in the chest, and his body falls to the ground. A pile of deep red robes at this point, as a pile full of blood forms underneath of him.
And then I'm going to run over here and bonus action hide.
Okay. You may give me a stealth check.
Yeah, and obviously taking cover.
Yep.
Oof.
Okay. All right. Next up is Jabo.
Yeah, I'm just gonna take myself and run 35. So grab 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I count right.
I don't know.
Probably. You're right there.
Can I even see him at all from this angle?
If you can you see any of his token?
No, I can see everything.
Oh right, I took
The
away
whole
the
thing's lit up.
I took away the thing. I would say from that angle with a range shot, that's not the. With a range shot, half cover.
Yeah, I'll take that. I'll take a shot at that.
Okay. Yeah, 19 will hit. Absolutely. as you deal 5 points of damage. This one hits him in the shoulder as he's leaning against the box, and he shouts back across, back behind him to the warehouse office, and says, "Boss, the big one's coming after us. What is that?"
This is awesome.
It's a demon.
Jesus, Master Chief at this point.
Yeah, right. The let's see. I need a distance for this one too. Is that the end of your turn?
Yeah.
All right. On this boss, if you will, this is the half orc. He comes out. He's wearing splint, and he has a long sword and a short sword in his hand. And he comes charging at Jabo, shouting, "Well, time to see if it bleeds, and I'll let you know." He's gonna swing a. It's gonna make 2 long sword attacks with one hand, followed by a short sword attack. What's your armor class?
17.
All right, so the first long sword attack misses, but he brings it back right across your chest, dealing 10 points of damage, and then misses with the fourth. And he takes a good look, and he goes, "He's not bleeding!" All right.
Love it.
Next up, Kia.
Oh, my king. Okay. So I'm gonna go right about here-ish and take a shot at the veteran with my crossbow.
Okay. Oh, yes. Roll the damage, please. All right. 8 points on a critical hit.
He might not bleed, but you do.
Sticks him right in the shoulder. Okay. Acolyte. Oh, yeah, that's him. And he's dead. Joy Gardner.
I am going to cast Healing Word on Nox.
Okay.
Thank you.
Let's see. Cast that, and then that is
1d4 plus.
1d4.
Yep. So you say what is your healing? What word are you using for healing? What is your healing word? Your healing phrase?
Get better. Feel better.
So I believe that's a little higher than 1, but only because you add your wisdom bonus to it. That's going to be a total of 5.
Thank you for mathing for me.
No problem. You might be able to click healing word on your spell sheet and just have it do it for you.
Probably can.
Okay.
I just didn't.
All right.
Oh, yep. It has a special button now that we've added the thing.
Let's see. Anthony Piles is. Everything has got. Oh, not everything has total cover. So he's going to peek around and shoot a heavy crossbow.
Not everything is. Well, I guess from where he is.
He's going to shoot at the veteran. And he's going to miss as the bolt hits the splint armor. And then he rushes over and grabs cover next to Shelt. And he says, "So much for the sneaky way in, hey?"
It doesn't always work out, but we just kill them this way, quick.
Maybe I'm not so bad at this killing thing either. Let's find out. All right, Nox, you have a spiritual weapon behind you. This weapon itself is in the form of a large warhammer, the head of which is a twisted dragon head.
I'll have to figure out which god that is later. Nox is gonna hop over and get up here next to this buddy boy, using 25 feet of movement.
Yep.
And he's gonna hit him with a hammer.
Okay. Yeah, that'll hit. 5 points of damage. He takes it for the first time as you smack him in the ribs with this hammer. You feel something crack under the weight of your blow as he staggers back. Damn you!
Damn me, you're screwed. And then I'll cast Shield of Faith as a bonus action and increase my armor class.
Okay.
I now sit at 21.
As a bonus action on his turn, he's going to command the spiritual weapon, come back and take another swing at you. On a 21, it'll hit you for 5 points of damage. And then he is going to...
Can it move that far?
25 feet?
It
Or is
moves
it-
25 feet. It can only move 20.
Thank you. It does not hit you. It's coming at you, though. Very menacingly.
Come here, come here.
And then with his...
Sorry.
No, you're good. With his action, he's going to cast... Oh, that's a bonus action. He can't do that either. Learn in somebody's spells. Yeah, just give me a Sacred Flame. DC 13. Please, God, make this roll. Oof. All right. Take 13 points of damage. As a radiant fire lights up, seemingly coming out from the inside of your clothing. The pain is immense.
Man, I can't wait to get my hands around your neck.
All right, Kester.
Okay. God, this is fun, isn't it? Total cover, can't help you. No magic yet. 5, 10, 15, 5, 10, 15, 20. Still can't see this guy. I do have eyes on him.
Yep, you have eyes on the one facing off against Jabo.
Okay, first things first, bonus action, activate the Blade Song.
Okay.
Begin humming some sort of war tune in my head or under my breath.
Okay.
Core, take a shot. War Song does not affect the light crossbow, right?
It does. It should not. No.
Should
Melee-
not. Okay.
me-
It's a
melee
question for
weapons, I
later.
believe.
They have the same bonus right now, but
Okay.
20.
Okay. That will that'll hit.
Sweet. We're heading for 11 points.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, max that out, please. He takes it right in the torso and then turns his eyes over to you.
Duck back down to avoid eyesight.
Absolutely. Nope. Okay. Assuming that's your turn. This
Before we run through the top of the initiative, can I move?
did I
'Cause
not
I
have you
forgot.
in the initiative?
No, you did, but
Oh.
I didn't move
Sure.
when
You may
it was my
move.
turn.
You
and
may
I
you may
should've.
absolutely move.
Thank you.
Please do. Ducking behind the boxes too.
Yep, just moving forward a little bit.
Okay. All right. So another priest, or the priest earlier that shouted. We'll look at Jabo and scream. What kind of beast doesn't bleed? He's gonna cast his spiritual weapon.
Warforged.
It's not very nice calling him a beast.
Casting it, another dragon-headed mace appears behind you and will miss for a 9 points. And we're gonna go ahead and give that a couple markers. And then for his action, he's gonna use Sacred Flame. So I need a Dexterity saving throw from you, Jabo.
I'll have to get you the Sacred Flame token we use in my D&D stuff.
But if I typed it in here, it might give me a token. Yeah, take 4 points of radiant damage as a burst of energy blasts through your core.
That feels great.
Yeah. Shelt, you're up. There's a couple spiritual weapons floating about. Jabo's going toe to toe with the half orc. Red cloak. What do you do?
Because that changes my plan a little bit. I'm gonna do what I was already gonna do. Actually, I'm gonna step here, and I'm gonna take a shot at the big guy
Okay.
with the short bow.
That'll hit.
All right.
All right, 11 points of damage. Good strike as it sticks into his back.
And then I'm gonna run back to there with the last of my movement and bonus action hide.
He shouts, "How many are there? Wait, who the hell attacked me?"
You don't know. Bitch, not even I know anymore. With that roll.
Yeah, he's definitely got a couple of arrows sticking out of him. He's looking a little ragged. Jabo, you're up.
Just double checking. Dropping my bow and pulling out my short swords. That would be a bonus action, or is that a free action?
So by rules as written, you could drop anything, no problem. Then you could interact with one thing. So you could pull out one weapon, and then the next turn you could pull out another weapon.
Gotcha. Okay. Am I allowed to use that as my standard action instead of my bonus?
You want to use an extra action to? I'm just gonna let you have both your weapons. Go for it.
What I'm trying to say is I'm trying to be able to keep my bonus action and be able to get.
Well, no, neither one of these are bonus actions.
Okay.
So it's like a free action to interact with an object, but it's even easier than a free action to just let something go.
Yeah. No, I want to make sure. So I have both swords out and I have a bonus action left.
Absolutely.
Yes. Okay.
And a regular action.
Oh, and a regular?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was just double checking.
Yeah.
All right. Then I'm gonna go cure wounds on myself and swing with my weapon.
But cure wounds action. Or.
Oh wait, no, sorry, mark, hunter's mark, sorry.
Hunter's mark. Okay.
So I wonder how that does from roll 20. Wait, what the heck?
You just did some things. So that what you do is when you hit something with hunter's mark's free. Right? You say I use hunter's mark. He's got a hunter's mark on him. You swing at your weapon, and if you hit, then you hit that hunter's mark button, and that tells you.
I didn't know how it worked in D&D Beyond when it goes over.
I don't know why it's got like piercing and slashing in this weird split, but we'll just say a D6.
Oh, they're all rolled differently.
Let's just say if I hit, that's what happened with that part.
Oh, that's the critical. Okay, yeah, go for it. We're fine.
Okay.
You didn't even need to pull out two weapons because you only get the one attack anyway.
But I want the other one for later.
Well, you have it in your hand. You have it in your hand.
Mark has an hour.
It's just an order of operations. Don't worry about it. We're fine. It does not hit, unfortunately.
Yeah.
You pull out your weapon and an arcane. You cast the arcane mark, as a just a sense of his whereabouts and all his weaknesses begin to. You get an understanding of who he is. He likes long walks on the beach. This is Tinder profile you just unlocked. All right.
I opened the pause menu and read his backstory.
Right. You've unlocked a journal entry. All right. So with that, he will. He'll make another series of multi attacks.
Sure, hope I survive this.
And your armor class is 17.
Yeah.
He is hitting the wooden armor plates, and he's not making contact. Everything he knows about weak points on a human don't apply to you, as he misses 3 times, and you can tell he's used to slaying a few men, and from the looks of him, a few ladies as well. All right, Kia. Are you muted?
Kia. Sorry. Okay, so I'm going to actually now drop my crossbow.
Okay.
And pull out my rapier and get into that melee range up in there.
All right.
And give him a little stabby-dab.
Yeah, that'll hit. You find the weakness in the splint. 5 points of damage.
Beautiful.
Anything else?
Actually, I have second wind.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I'm sure that hits.
You mean action surge?
Yeah,
that'll
hit. The other one.
Fair enough. All right. You hit him twice with the rapier. Pull it in. You find a surge of energy. Flip the rapier around. Stab him in the gut. You're finding these holes in the split, and he shouts back, "He's not bleeding."
Again, you're bleeding.
Enough for both of us, it seems.
Yeah, you should really get that checked out.
I feel like we went over this once already.
Joy.
I am going to move here and cast Thorn Whip on that dude that's right in front of me.
Okay, go for it.
That's a spiritual weapon. That's not an enemy.
Oh yeah, fair
Oh.
enough. You could
Well,
totally cast Thorn Whip on it though. I will let
That's
you.
then the one that's in front of can I get to the one in front of Kia without
5,
hitting
10,
Kia?
15. Yeah, you're fine.
Okay, then we'll Thorn Whip the veteran.
All right, 1 point of damage as this long. Thanks for drawing the green whip for me.
Does the 12 even hit?
No, it doesn't. As the thorn whip leaps out, the branches wrapping around the splint, and she pulls it back. Instead of getting flesh, it just ribs out in the armor.
Womp womp womp.
Are you gonna move at all with the rest of your movement?
Yeah, I'm gonna move back behind the boxes.
Anthony starts shouting as he's looking around. He goes, "Hey, has anybody seen the dwarf? Where's the dwarf at?" 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. He'll take another shot with his heavy crossbow at the veteran. That will miss as again the bolt strikes the splint mail, and he ducks behind the crate. Nox, you're up.
Over here, Anthony. I'm gonna do bonus action healing word.
Sure.
Cool. Oh, oops! I didn't update my thing from before. And then I'm gonna try and hit this guy with my warhammer again.
Okay. Unfortunately, that will miss as he moves out of the way, and your hammer slams into the box. And he goes, "You're on your last hit point there, dwarf."
What the heck are you talking about?
It's a whole thing.
Are you going crazy?
It's a whole thing. Don't worry about it.
You need to tell me if you're going crazy, because I need to know if I'm fighting cultists or if I'm fighting priests.
Fighting both.
Very big difference.
He, on his turn, the coming down on you, the spiritual weapon's going to try again. This will miss again, as you're able to bring up your shield and block the strike. And a he begins to cast a spell, and a series of spectral guardians begin to encircle him. I'm gonna have to make sure I'm getting the spell right, but I need a wisdom saving throw from you, please. Just double check. I don't use this spell often enough. All right, so you're going to take half of 13, so take 6 points of damage as these spectral... let me make sure it's not on your turn. When the creatures enter there or starts... I believe it's on your turn now that I'm doing this. Okay, save that for next round.
Okay.
But yes, there are now a series of spectral guardians, spirit guardians, if you will, surrounding this area. That you can see the aura, right? Nope. No, you can't.
No.
Okay, I'll keep track of that. Kester, you see. Go ahead.
Can we see the aura?
Yes, you can see these guardians, these specters flying around him, wielding wicked blades.
Okay,
Everyone
that's cool.
in 15 feet around him.
Just gotta check real quick. Turn the joy real quick. So we're not going back on each other on this now, right?
I can't hear you, Jamie.
Joy,
You're muted.
Yeah. Am I muted?
No,
Joy's
Joy's muted.
Joy's here. We're good. You're not gonna turn around on me, are you?
Why would I turn around on you? I got your back.
You'll find out. I'm gonna reach into my jacket pocket now. I'm gonna pull up my wand. We're gonna get on top of these boxes so I can see this guy.
Okay.
I'm gonna cast magic missile at him.
Okay. At the veteran.
No, not the veteran. This guy. 'Cause fuck that spell.
Okay, yeah, you can see just enough. A magic missile will be fine.
Where's my magic missile? Hit him with all 3 bolts. Nope, that's not that. Where are you, screen? There you are. Seriously, what the fuck?
And point of order, would him casting Spirit Guardians make his weapon drop?
Spiritual weapon, not a concentration spell.
Really?
It's
Interesting. Nope.
gross.
Yep, that is gross.
In fact, this particular combo is pretty nasty.
You'd almost say it's rather rude.
Oh,
It's
submit one.
so rude.
For 13 points of force damage.
All right, so your missiles fly out. It's pretty obvious. You all see Kester jump up on these crates, pull out a wand, and 3 missiles, right?
Mm-hmm.
Fly out of this wand and actually wrap themselves around the box and strike the priest in the back as he turns around and says, "We've got a wizard!"
Nope, no wizard here. Divine soul sorcerer.
Most definitely. Concentration checks?
Which is still arcane, by the way.
Yeah, 3 of them even.
Absolutely.
'Cause
Good.
Fuck that spell.
Good one. All right, so it's going to be
I'm down to spell now for once.
For
1,
what?
2, 3. Unfortunately, he makes every single one of them with a 19, a
Dude.
20, and a 21.
Ooh.
Oh, no.
It's fine, I got more.
Okay.
Just for him, I'm gonna get totally fucking targeted now. Do I have enough movement to get off the box to the backside again? 'Cause
Yeah, sure.
I don't like where this is going.
You just skipped one of your priests.
Oh, did I? Oh, I did. Thank you.
You skipped that one.
Down
No
a
problem.
spell.
I'd have kept going. All right, so this priest, 5, 10, 15.
I thought there was something you weren't telling us there.
Yeah, he's gonna
We'll talk
move
later.
his spiritual weapon and himself. Let's see, 5, 10, 15, 20. Climbs up on the boxes. So let's hit that spiritual weapon swing. 9 points of force damage, critically hit.
Fuck.
Nice way to draw the aggro there.
Yeah, I know.
And then he's going to
You're not
cast
gonna like me.
Guiding Bolt at you.
Oh, fuck.
Level 1. 18 hits.
Barely.
6 points of radiant damage.
I'm down.
As you all watch as the priest shouts wizard, and suddenly the heads of all the cloaked figures turn and watch Kester jump down behind the crates. One of them charges forward, climbing onto a box, putting his hand out and blasting away with a global light as the spiritual weapon slaps him in the side of the head. Shelt.
Yeah, I'm immediately gonna. Yeah, no, I'm just gonna pop up and take a shot at this veteran again.
Okay.
Advantage since I got a nat 20 to stealth. Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Please.
Yeah, that'll hit. 10 points of damage and 13 points total.
Points of damage.
He's still up, but he's not hanging on well. His breathing is getting raspy, and he keeps saying things about blood and how he's not bleeding.
And real quick with my movement, I would like to move
Yeah, absolutely.
over here and hide from the priest that our short friend is fighting.
Okay, so you enter the area of the spectral. That is the area of the spectral guardian. So would you like to change your movement?
Yeah, I would like to change my movement.
Yep, any of those squares.
Right
Okay.
Right there.
Taking cover again?
Yeah.
Okay. Jabo.
All right, let's do this. And I swing with the short sword and then the short sword offhand, with the mark still being on them.
Yep, absolutely.
So
That first one hits.
And the second one.
Don't swing the second one quite yet.
Oh, okay.
So I don't think you roll low enough to not drop this guy. As you bring the short sword in, get under the split and drive it into his ribs as he falls backwards, grasping at his wound and collapses.
All right, so it would have been that plus that. I like numbers.
Yeah, 10 points of damage.
Okay. And then from that point, I move
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Where where's Custer?
Right here.
Kester
Behind the
is
box.
up
Oh,
behind
there.
you.
Okay. Would I have known he dropped?
Um,
I,
you know some
I
shit
might have
just came his
shouted.
way. Okay, yeah, you know.
All right. 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. So I'll go there for now, and then I'll wait until my next turn to hopefully possibly bring him back up with cure wounds.
Okay, too easy. This veteran is done for. Kia, your turn.
I'm gonna join that dude bro up on those boxes.
Okay.
As Kia starts to run up, can I just turn to her and go, take one of them alive?
Yep. And yeah, I'll non-lethal damage him with
Okay.
my rapier.
I don't
Please
think you're
do.
going to put him down this turn.
That'll hit. 12 points of damage. I mean, if she could have, it would have, but it didn't.
Jesus.
Yeah.
As you go to, you bring the tip of the rapier and you're going for the head, and he moves out of the way. You turn your hand at the last second and clock him with the hilt of the guard, and you've wrung his noggin.
Tricked ya.
Joy.
I am going to cast Cure Wounds on our wizard friend here.
Oh,
Okay.
thank you.
All right, 7
Take
points of
that.
healing as you reach down, your hand radiating in holy light. Pulses through his body. You see his wounds cure up. Large blast mark in his chest seal. His jacket a little tattered for the damage though. Anthony, on the start of his turn, will have to make a wisdom saving throw, which he will try to make. He will fail, which means this damage, the damage he takes. Where you at? Where you at? Spirit Guardians. He takes 10 points of damage as he charges in through the spectral foes. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Gets to the south here of the priest, and he's going to make a series of attacks.
Anthony with the nat 20.
Hey,
Yeah,
that's my boy.
that one will
go.
do it. The priest dodges out of the way the first one, and as he's coming back around, Anthony's got him with the long sword in the neck, and this man drops.
So we're at an initiative.
No,
Uh,
no,
we've
he's
got 2 more
still one priest up.
at least.
No, one up.
One priest
Yeah,
left.
One up?
Oh, okay.
As the
The ones with all the markers are spiritual weapons. They're not actual
spiritual
priests.
weapons,
Oh,
and we can
copy
drop
that.
the aura.
I didn't notice the markers until you said that.
You see the spirit guardians vanish as the room gets a little more calm. Nox.
All right then. So since he died before I took those hit points,
Yes, you may have him back.
I'm at 8. All right then. Don't think my stubby little legs will reach him. Yep. So you know what?
Throw something at him.
Stabilize your corner over there.
Screw him. I'm going.
Come
I never-
on.
I never made it for a little light hammer. I'm gonna throw a light hammer at this guy.
Okay.
This is not gonna be a good one. Sorry. I need to make a chart for that one.
That'll hit.
Okie doke. He'll take
Alright.
3 bludgeoning.
Yep, he will take 3 points of damage as the hammer smacks him in the back, like the shoulder blades, and he stumbles forward a bit. He's looking around, not liking his situation. He's gone. Kester, you're awake. You're on the ground.
Okay. Can't get back. Oh, I can stand up. That's half my movement.
Yep.
Shit. I don't know that. Nah, I'm gonna hit him with my sword. He's too close.
Okay.
So use last movement to get here.
Absolutely.
Bonus action. Use last blade song because I lose that.
Yep.
That's back, and we'll hit him with the scimitar.
Take him alive!
Non-lethal, of course. Thank you.
Unfortunately, that'll
That's as
miss.
unlethal as it gets.
That right doesn't hit.
He's going in for the kill, and he goes, "Don't kill him!" And he goes, "Oops!" And he swings his sword up, nice and high.
Don't kill him. Fuck.
This priest. Let's see. I'm gonna look at his options for just a moment because he knows him better than I do. All right. Which spell slots does he have? Okay. He looks Kester in the eyes, and you see his hammer begin to grow at divine imminence. As he pumps in a
you've gotta be
spell
kidding
slot into the hammer, and then he comes in for an attack with the mace. Oh man! All right, so let me go ahead and 1 second. So I'm gonna see what this is. All right. He comes in. He
What?
comes in with the hammer, misses Kester on a 7, but smashes into the crate next to him. A large explosion of divine energy rips through the crate. You do tumble back off the crate as its contents, spill out onto the floor. Oh.
That would have killed him outright.
Yeah,
That
most
would've-
definitely.
That would have killed most of us outright.
I think he was. I
this
think that's
point,
exactly
yeah.
what he was looking to do. And with that, it is Shelt's turn.
Run up,
Fuck.
pull out the rapier, and then just, you fucked up. Was I still, like, is this, I don't know if, with how I am rogues and stuff, and I was hiding, was it still from hiding, or nah?
No, not from hiding. Once you move out from the
Okay,
position, that'll hit.
Non-lethally, of course. I want him alive.
I was like, is he gonna say it? Do I get to play gotcha? All right. You come at him with the rapier, and he turns around, breathing heavy. The glow from his weapon still so bright light as you take the rapier and clock him across the head, and he collapses into a pile of person,
Alright.
of a live person. So we're gonna
And
go ahead and
I'm
drop out
get-
initiative.
I'm just immediately like, alright, rope, let's tie him up.
I'm gonna
Right.
go find Steven.
I'll
It's probably in the
pull
back
out my
room.
rope and hand it over.
Yeah.
You'll have to give me a minute. I'm gonna make sure that these guys stay dead.
Okay.
Especially the orc crushes his head in.
Yeah, Nox will just go around and use his hammer to make sure that.
God. Double tap.
Just
Yeah.
go ahead.
All right.
Well, sorry, double tap for the priest and the acolyte, triple tap for the half orc,
Just to be fair.
just to be safe.
As Joy, you go looking around. You can go upstairs or you can go in the office.
Is there any blood on the floor that I can where I can tell where they took him?
Give me a. Well, you have a pretty high passive perception. Yeah, he's definitely in the office.
Okay, I'm gonna go into the office.
Okay. As you open the door, you see Steven lying on a table. Nothing fancy, but next he is strapped down and unconscious. Next to the table, a series of implements that look to be. I mean, they're either dental instruments or torture implements, but they're the same thing.
It is the same.
That's good to
thing.
know.
I'm going to cast Cure Wounds on Steven.
Okay. You bring up your hand and radiant light, and you put it onto his arm as some of the color begins to return to his face. And in one big, he gasps when he comes alive, and he goes to sit up, but the restraints force him back down as he looks over to you and goes, oh, that was not cool. Oh, gosh. Joy. Hey, Joy.
Hey, Steven. So, what is this? What is this I hear about you turning us in for a chaos bomb?
I didn't turn you in, Joy. They got
Did
me.
they just make us?
I didn't make you. I didn't say anything. They didn't know who you were. All they knew was people was delivering the chaos bomb. I promise, Joy.
Can I insight that?
Yeah, please.
Dun, 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 dun. Insight. Wait, where is that? Insight, there it is.
From what you can piece together between the conversation you overheard and what he's saying, he's being forthright with you. Might be the only reason this fight didn't happen in the streets. He said, "They just knew some buyers were coming to collect the chaos bomb. I tried to warn you, I really did.
Well, you had buyers already?
You're
You're real good.
I told you that people want this. They want it bad.
Is it still there?
Yeah, it's on the table.
Okay. I will unstrap him, and I don't feel like I don't think I need to take the plant, but I kind of want to now because of the fact that we just fought over it. So I will pick it up and head back into the other room.
Okay. So what are you guys doing out there while that's happening?
I'm
check
tying
their
up the
bodies.
priest and bringing him down to ground floor.
Okay.
I'm gonna look for a chair to put him in.
Okay.
Because that's what all good interrogations need, have a chair.
Yeah.
It's true.
Very much so.
You know what else good interrogations need are dental tools.
Wait,
have
what
'em.
about dental tools?
There's some in the other room. It looks like they were getting ready to torture Steven.
I'm just grabbing him and dragging him back with me up towards where that is. And I'm looking at Anthony Piles when I say this, but anyone with a moral code is not going to want to follow me.
I follow Shelt like this is gonna be fun.
I'll follow as
God.
well.
You see,
I will stand outside the door and listen.
you see Anthony pull out a notepad and he scribbles something down on it.
No.
You're standing next to him, Joy. It says list of skills, and under Shelt he writes morally gray.
That's probably accurate.
Knox will follow behind, just say, "You're gonna need someone to make sure he stays alive through this."
Appreciate it, Father.
He pulls out his notepad again and writes morally gray under Knox.
Oh no. Everyone gets morally gray. Have we looted them yet?
You have not.
I loot the
'em.
bodies.
Yeah, it's looting time.
All right.
If you're hoping to identify them, sorry about that.
Oh, don't worry about that. We don't care about that.
Well,
Maybe.
we should, but
They might have.
So Knox, give me a religion check, at advantage. With the loot, they're all gonna have their armor they were wearing. So one set of splints, 2 chain shirts. There's 2 maces, a long sword, a short sword. Between all of them, a couple pouches of gold, totaling 150 gold.
Yeah.
Then there is
guess
a
what, guys?
We can almost buy the boat.
We can buy the boat.
Oh
We
yeah,
can-
but we can start donating some of our own gold. Yeah.
Well, and Anthony's got 150 or 130.
And I got 52 gold from the priesthood.
Nice.
and
We
then
might want to buy the boat and just get out of town now that we've killed some
Oh,
of
yeah,
these
yeah,
guys in
mhm.
red.
Probably.
let's see, couple more things. Sorry. Unless you don't want. Then there is a horn and a spellbook.
There's a spell book?
In the office next to the plant, there was a horn and a spellbook.
I would like to look at the spell book.
I'll
I would like
pick up
to
the
look
horn.
at the. Go for it.
Okay. You have it is a. As you pick up the spellbook caster, give me an arcane check.
Totally. Move. Oh, it's gonna be that.
Oh yeah, definitely some red clothing, Desmodian.
I would like
very red.
to find the cleanest of the red cloaks and take it.
You bloodied them all pretty bad.
I mean, but they're red though.
They're even redder.
We just
It'll be
dyed them a
fine.
little bit more.
I think the cleanest is going to be the last guy you knocked out because it was a lot of bludgeoning. With
We
that,
just strip them anyways for the torture tools.
with that Arcana check, this is an enduring spellbook. It is completely blank. But along the spellbook, along with anything written in its pages, can't be damaged by fire or immersion in water. In addition, the spellbook does not deteriorate with age.
Aw, I
That's so.
recognize that.
I don't think they'll mind if I pocket this.
You see Steven raise his hand in protest and then put it back down.
What's
I mean,
up,
it's a
Steven?
it's a spell book. What are you gonna do with it?
Ah, man, that's actually mine, man.
Really?
Think of it as payment for keeping you alive.
I learn something new about you every day.
Well, that's fine. That's okay. That's fair.
I'm gonna give Steven back his box.
You said it's blank?
It is blank. It has to be filled out.
Huh. Okay.
You give him his box. Which box?
The one that has all his drugs in it,
Except for the one that I took.
except for the deadly one that.
Yeah.
Well,
Kia
did
took.
Shelt take any of the drugs out of it other than the deadly one? Okay. And he opens it up and he looks at it and he's like, and he raises his hand to protest and he puts it back down. Hey, if there's one missing, I'd be real careful with that one.
I know. That's why I took it.
He looks up and he goes, "Oh yeah, makes sense." Oh man, that was, yeah, okay, yeah, that's fine, absolutely. Thanks for saving my life. I mean, it's not. I mean, it's worth something. You know what? I'm alive. Thanks. Y'all are cool. Y'all are so. Oh man.
You got a place for this plant, Steven?
He looks at it, looks at you, looks at the plant, and he says, I don't know if I want to deal in that anymore.
Makes sense. I'm a little bit afraid to take it on the ship, which is what our next plan is.
You could burn it.
Well, I'm
I
afraid
don't
to take
suggest
it on
burning
the.
Drop it in the middle of the ocean.
Yeah, Nox has some experience with the burning of drugs in front of people.
Yeah, no, burning's not a good idea ever.
The only reason I'm afraid to take it on the ship is because of the way the roots grow so fast.
How far do you think one of us could throw it? We're at the docks.
I don't know, but before we get rid of it, I would like to take other pieces of it, like flowers and leaves and
other things.
You would take some trimmings, okay?
Yeah, like I've already got roots, but I'd like the flowers off of it too for later experimentation. Okay. When I have nothing to do on a boat.
So those who walked up top, what are you doing?
We're gonna go find where these dental tools were and strap our new friend to the table in place of Steven.
Okay, so they were in the office downstairs.
I thought you said they were upstairs.
No, they're in the office over here where I found the plant.
If they're in the office, then
it seems like Shelt wants to lead in the interrogation, so I'm just gonna assist him in all of it and just like,
just so you know, I'm here to back you up. About 400-ish years ago, I had a little bit of experience with this back in the D&D Dom War.
Yeah. I think I'll actually just chill with Anthony. It's getting a little cramped in here.
Yeah, Anthony will walk outside and he'll
I
he'll
want
light
to
up a cigarette
outside the door. I'd like to hear the conversation. I don't want to see what they're doing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just hear the sound.
Strap him to the table.
I'm battling
like
with my need for information versus my squeamishness.
Assuming that he's got undergarments, take the robe off of him before we get him to the table. Place him unconscious.
Sorry, so you want to undress him?
Yeah.
Okay. How far down?
Like I said, if he's got undergarments, we leave him with that.
Okay.
But
yeah, he's got some small clothes under it. He's got a t-shirt and some long shorts. And you strap them to the table. That's pretty easily. They're not locked in as much as they're kind of just like a belt strap.
Well, we've got 3 people in here who can kick his ass because Jabos joined us.
Oh, probably, yeah.
Hey, Anthony. I'm gonna actually go talk to Anthony for a second.
Okay. He says,
I'll wait till you do your thing.
Okay, we'll do one of these.
I'll lean out real quick. And go, hey, Joy, you got any of those good berries you mentioned that one time?
I'll make a handful of good berries.
Okay.
Great.
You have 10 good berries now.
Oh no.
I'm keeping 2 of them for myself, thank you.
So
you have 8 good berries.
1 hit point. That's exactly the way to do it, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'll go ahead and put those in a little pile in the corner, and once we got them all strapped down, I'll put a good berry in his mouth and help him shoot.
Okay. He begins to blink, and you can see the kind of the pain and realization wash over his eyes as he yanks his arm up, and it's stuck to the table. He opens his eyes wide, and he looks at the group of you. Hush, 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 shit. Hi.
Good morning, friend. So, I have questions and you have teeth. I think we can work this out.
Oh, jeez.
Anthony, how much gold do you have left?
He looks back. Oh, yes. Let me count it up. I guess with what I picked up and it's been spending, 150 short.
You're short 150?
150.
What do you know?
That seems odd, seeing as how you had 150
Unless-
of the
unless-
200.
Unless Casey's just doing his math poorly.
I think Casey's
Tom,
just
how
doing
much
his
how much
math.
money's left? That's why I have Tom. Is he? Oh, he had
I
some
think
things.
we lost Tom.
We'll go with. Yeah, he says I'm short about 50.
All right, I'm gonna give him that 50. And what time is it right now? Is it like 3 in the morning still?
Yeah, just
Okay.
about.
Maybe you ought to go drop this in the letterbox of the guy that owns the Pixie.
You handed him 50 gold.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'll see him. I'll see him first thing in the morning.
No, I think you should do it now and then come back.
Persuasion check.
Buy the bill in the middle of the night.
Just drop it in the letterbox.
Um,
Ma-
he'll look back and say, I don't have to like it, but I gotta be here. I appreciate it though, Joy. You're very considerate.
You know we might be wanting to get out of town before the sun comes up, right?
It ain't gonna be that fast. I couldn't make it happen any faster. Unless we're trying to steal it, and I still kind of want to do, the inspection, probably some repairs on it. We're gonna have to take some time.
All right, well, when you get it done, let me know.
He'll lean back against the wall again. So on the inside, what are y'all doing?
All right.
Nox is
so-
currently handing Shelt a pair of pliers.
Yeah, a pair of pliers and just taking them and going. All right. So first thing, question we're all asking ourselves. I think you can illuminate for us. Are you really tailors?
Nox, what did you get on that religion check? A
17.
1. Oh,
No, I got a
wait,
17.
advantage.
You
That's
gave
right.
me advantage.
I did. That is a hammer. And the icon itself of Inlo.
Oh, God.
And he looks back at you and he says, yeah, we're tailors.
Really? Tell me, oh friend, how go the protestations of Inlo?
You're really using the big words on me there, fella.
Okay, really? You're a landed priest. You should know how to speak big words.
More of a guy that gets things done. You can appreciate that, right? And he looks to Shelt.
Yeah, I can. All right. So, and I look at Nox. He's telling the truth on the Inlo thing, and Taylor's thing.
You can roll an insight if you'd like.
In truth, I don't think so. But yeah,
Oh,
let's roll
okay.
an insight.
I mean, Inlo is the driving force between.
Yeah.
Can we both roll insights?
You may, absolutely.
Do you want one of us at advantage?
Just one, both of you individually.
Okay.
Yeah, he seems to be fully aware of his situation and cooperating.
Okay. All right. Good. Next thing. What exactly is the Chaos Bomb?
The Chaos Bomb is Santalus getting out of control. At least that's as much as I know. We're here to collect them, to study them. There's a big push to figure out what the hell they are.
Santalus.
Hey, thanks
Interesting.
Lionhead for the 8 view hosting. Welcome.
All right. Good. How many of these have you found?
There's a couple we've already shipped back. This makes number 5.
In the city alone, or just in general?
In general, we were only brought here a few days ago.
All right. How'd you even find out about the thing? I mean, I was in the house where this thing was, and I never saw it.
It's I don't know. I mean, we heard we heard rumors. Um,
Fair enough. What exactly were you planning to do to Steven here?
oh, Stephen. We were pretty sure he was harboring, selling magic items. So the next step was to figure out who he was selling those to.
Fair enough. And, man, this is much easier than I thought it would be.
Yeah, it's not like in the old days you had to really rip on them.
I feel like this one's smart.
He nods, shrugs his shoulders.
The four of you here, were those all the tailors that were in the city?
Oh, totally, absolutely. For now, at least.
I'm definitely gonna try to make sure I know
I'm gonna
whether or not he's
insight
telling the
that.
truth. Yeah, that's the most important one.
Sure. He has a lot of emphasis on, for now, at least.
When are the next ones coming in?
Well, as soon as we don't make our reports
When would your next report go through?
daily.
Are they written?
No, absolutely not.
In person. Alright. So the next one should be coming in sometime tomorrow.
Give it about a week.
Week? Okay.
That'll give you enough time to run away, I assume.
Yeah.
Yeah, good.
And listen,
Insight.
Question mark?
I feel like this guy's this guy's giving me the vibe of a guy who's just given up on surviving.
I don't think it's so much he's given up on surviving, so much as he knows that we can't get very far.
We can't. He knows we're risking a lot of things, which we are. We're bound to run into someone like you eventually. I'm surprised it took me this long, to be honest. And I do hope you understand none of this is personal. It's all just the way things wind up.
He doesn't respond.
Yeah. Nox, you got anything left for him? I think that's all I really needed.
Nope.
Cool. And I'll knock him back out if I can.
Okay.
Dagger.
Yeah,
Pull
too
it
easy.
up.
You don't even have to roll for it.
Yeah. Knock him back out, and then I'll unstrap him from the thing. I want to drag him over to this box right here and lean him up against it.
Okay.
And I turn to Nox and I gesture to his head.
Well, I have one thing to say before
What?
you actually drag him out. So typically after stuff like this, you usually kill them. They know our face.
Yeah. No, we're killing him outside.
Oh, all right. So
Yeah.
Just give him a nice place to die.
I lean him up against the box. I'm gonna, just like it was part of the fight. Don't even know that we interrogated him.
All right. Watch your fingers, kids.
Let's get an attack to see how bad this is.
He's unconscious, so that'd be advantage, right?
Yeah, absolutely, and instant critical. But I just want to know.
All right.
I mean, if you miss, it's just hilarious. All right, roll the damage. It is instant critical, so we'll just double that number. Double the dice on it. 14, 15, 16 points of damage as you bring the Warhammer in, and his head positioned right up against the corner of the crate as you drive the hammer into his skull. You ever seen Gallagher?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I have.
As the corner
Juicy.
splinters.
Delicious.
And yeah, his head.
Guys, I didn't come into the room because I didn't want to see you torture him.
This isn't
Yeah.
torture.
That
This
was
is a
more of an
mercy killing.
That was more of an execution, but
Oh my god. Nox the executioner.
I take it went well. Didn't hear any screaming.
He was incredibly cooperative, and from as much as Nox and I can tell, very truthful.
Interesting.
All right, then. Who brought the oil to burn down the warehouse?
Oh, we're doing
Let's
that.
not
we
burn
burning
down
down
the
the
warehouse.
We're not burning down the warehouse.
No, that would just attract attention here.
Now, what we are going to do is steal everything that looks partially valuable.
I like that idea.
Yeah,
Okay,
the
fair.
Anthony leans in, and he says, "Somebody said we burned down the warehouse. I think they're right."
What?
Reasonings?
Yeah.
Well,
I'm-
the thing is, burning down the warehouse makes it look like that this was an attack. I'm thinking, and no offense to you, Master Kester,
Hmm?
but I think we make it look like these tailors were attacked by mages. We make it look like they were attacked by the arcanists. There is still that bounty out for those ones up in the hills. Make it look like they've gotten more emboldened, and they'll focus on Jellycoy as we safely sail away on the Pixie.
Hey.
For reference for you, Nox, one of those is for me.
That makes so much more sense.
Do we know who the other one's for?
I have no idea who the other one is for. Actually, after I got this, I think it's Steven.
What are you talking about? I'm missing something.
Oh, the Enduring Spellbook?
Okay.
I'm pretty sure Steven just wanted to sell that because it's
That
worth
might
money.
That might be true.
Anthony walks up to the group and he goes, "Hey, they're really good at finding people. Like
They are.
you break their jaws,
That's
you'll keep them from casting speak with dead. You disintegrate the body, they won't be able to resurrect them. I mean, I can keep going. They got lots of ways to find us, guys."
Sounds good to me. That's
You
the
seem
reason
to
I was
know-
looking
wait.
Can I insight that?
You
Please.
seem to know a lot about this, Anthony.
You may both roll an insight check.
I've not asked questions in regards to this.
Oh, we don't need to know.
Which is the exact opposite of Shelt, whose entire life is asking people questions.
He spreads his arms open, nods his head a bit, and he says, "I've not always been stranded in Jellycoy. I've had a life."
Fair enough. All right, burn the bodies. Do we want to gather them in a pile? I've got oil for this. I was planning on burning the man's fingers off, but this works.
I don't think we need oil. I'll just light the place up with a couple fire bolts. It catches non-magical stuff on fire, pretty sure.
That
Let me double check that.
That would make your cover story even better.
Yes, that covers the whole magic.
Yeah.
users. And I'm really sorry about the.
Everyone but me and Kester get a head start out for a little bit, so that way there's not a whole mass of people leaving as soon as the fire starts.
Before they light this on fire, is there anything valuable around us that we should be taking with us?
There are several crates. There are definitely, there's a lot of supplies. Like this looks like the warehouse with shipbuilding supplies.
You know, we can use that.
we should probably take. We
Is
should
there-
probably not get rid of those before
Yeah.
we go to inspect the ship I'm planning
Okay.
on getting away on.
Jay,
Is there an
wanna help
available wagon around?
There is no handcart. You could theoretically acquire one. Yeah, you get the right idea. You're definitely not hauling out a significant number of supplies by hand.
Take a couple boxes, and I'll burn the place. Me and Set will burn the place down.
Well, I'm thinking like a wheelbarrow or something, because just walking out with boxes is going to be really hard to.
It does look like this is like a wagon entrance. There are no wheelbarrows around, no hand carts in the warehouse.
I look for the pallet jack.
Actually, there's a pallet jack.
Where's the forklift?
Yeah,
Shelt's actually he's got forklift certification.
the 3-week course he performed admirably.
Yes,
Not
exactly.
even 3 weeks at this point. Sorry.
So what are y'all gonna do?
Yeah, I just start digging into one of the boxes and be like, that looks like useful stuff for whatever we're doing.
Why are we
I
I
unpacking
just
them?
grab miscellaneous stuff.
Okay.
Docs will go through the boxes and just say, okay, we can use this. This is worthless, so on and so forth. As a shipwright, I'm guessing he can tell what is going to be the best stuff for us to take amongst this.
Yep.
Hey, Set, let's put the bodies together in a pile.
We'll deal with that at a point. You can both write down handful miscellaneous materials.
My materials would be based off of the little freaking boat I had before, what I would find most important.
Sure. You'll find some twine, some rope, and some nails. Nox will get some some wood glue, some couple smaller boards for small patches.
All right, I'm gonna
Um,
grab the plant
Okay,
and
you have the plan.
GTFO.
Yep. Steven will walk out with you. Geez, thanks again there, Joy. A friends and family discount for you for sure.
Well, thanks, Steven. I'll try to be more subtle next time.
We'll come up with a code word. Don't worry about it.
Nox is gonna leave with Anthony whenever Anthony heads
Yep.
out.
Okay.
Yeah, and Kester and I will stay behind for a few minutes, and then we'll set the place on fire.
Burn it down.
All right. You're gonna do. What is your fire setting method?
Spreading around some oil if
Okay.
we can.
Yep.
Dropping the torches that are on the walls on a couple of the piles of wood,
Okay.
and then letting him firebolt the rest.
All right.
I firebolt some of the boxes, let them on fire and stuff like that.
Okay.
Get some of the walls too, if we can. The office definitely.
Okay. So you're
Well,
dropping a
somewhere.
couple torches, and then just firebolt, 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 firebolt.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. You sit there at the entrance. Releasing, kind of your arcane energy, and it feels familiar again, and that's probably a nice thing, is you're able to let out a little bit of the steam. And the warehouse does go up in flames pretty quickly, especially with the spread of the oil, and that most of this is shipbuilding supplies. Now the wood itself, while treated, once it gets hot enough, there's no stopping this, as the entire thing will go up in flames fairly easily.
Nice.
One of those flasks of oil I had.
With that, gentlemen, we will take a short break, and we will return in 10 minutes.
Aight.
Woo!
Let's go.
We didn't die.
We did not. I was scared there.
I close my eyes and turn my head to one side. I block out all that I feel out. So I don't play all the time. It seems we're blindingly ones. It was everyone's a criminal on the dance, at least once. Graceful, you thought I'd be stable, but I'm a handful, and these things that I know now count. Every hope I smashed in my tomorrow, I've got a meaningless way trolling if tomorrow never comes. And this treasure trove of chaos explodes in my face, always. 'Cause there's one way out, and I failed her. Raised by all the warnings, like I hadn't done it before. My blood pressure shoots high. It's goodbye. So I don't play all the hype. It's first come, first serve, ain't right. And I mean yesterday, I watched the world collapse on my back. Friends keep strolling if tomorrow never comes. Well, I say, hey, no, get out of here alive. 'Cause there's one way out, and I find time. Close my weary eyes under choking clouds of ash and darkest dust. The silver kiss of sleep is lost. I can feel these broken cards begin to rust. But when the end finally comes, I won't despair. I'll just keep on hoping I might see you there. Try to keep a blank page, but these memories, they flood my mind with grief. Faces lost forever, and the guilt of feeling some kind of relief. But when the end finally comes, I won't despair. I'll just keep on hoping I might see you there. Maria, 10 long years I can see your ghost. 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 And as this one of twisted metal falls, I can hear the demons tearing down the walls. In the face of so much hate and cruelty, in my mind's eye, my angel's all I see. But when the end finally comes, I won't despair. I'll just keep on hoping I might see you there. Maria, I can see your ghost.
I don't know why I didn't see you.
It's okay, I'm a little stuffy sometimes.
I had the thing. I had the thing shrunk, and you were replaced. By
Hello.
Hi.
Welcome back.
Yay!
Hey guys. So, that was probably our longest fight yet.
And scariest. Jesus
was
Christ, my
good.
dude.
I like to believe that I'm good at riding the line between like almost going to kill you but not quite doing it. But I have killed y'all in some games before, so
You killed us without killing us.
yeah.
I still remember the time you ate my brain.
Oh yeah, there were
Twice.
some.
Twice.
There's definitely some not stream worthy stuff. Stream worthy, appropriate, I guess was the term we're going for. Welcome back, guys. How you doing? I'm joined here again by the 6 sexiest people in Dungeons and Dragons. Chris Perkins is number 7, as it turns out.
Hey, wait. Does Matthew Mercer just transcend all of this, or?
Matthew Mercer's a god. He's not a person.
Fair enough.
That's tough. I was going for the quick name drop, and Chris Perkins came to mind first. But Matt Mercer has really revolutionized, at least brought the audience in, and that's been pretty fantastic for all of us.
It's also revolutionized what it means to be an attractive man, like Matt
Sure.
Mercer.
Oh. Yeah, I mean, I'm on the Matt Mercer train. But did you miss the 80s?
Yes, he did.
I mean, okay, to be fair, I've never seen any of those. Well, one, yes,
Yeah.
I did. About 7 years, I missed the 80s.
About 8 years, I missed the 80s.
Total of
I
3.
think most of the people on this stream missed the 80s.
I mean, they were almost, in many cases, women.
I think like half.
Anyway, that's fun. All right, so we'll set the scene as Joy, Anthony, Steven, everybody who didn't stay to burn down the place stands kind of several blocks down. You turn around, you see the flame start to grow. The sky turns a bright orange, reflecting the fire. Shelt and Kester catch up with you. It's only a few moments after that when people are going to start to notice, and commotion will start as fire brigades start forming to try to keep the warehouse district as a whole from burning down. What would you like to do?
Panic a little bit.
Yeah.
That there's
Yeah.
a fire going on in the
Yeah,
warehouse.
definitely.
Put this plant somewhere safe.
Okay.
As soon as the first couple people start shouting fire, Nox will join in as well. Like, oh, there's a fire!
We need a bucket brigade. We need a bucket brigade.
Let's get it started then. Bucket brigades.
All right, we're gonna do one deception check for everybody.
Who's got the best?
No. Sorry.
Can I just-
Everybody roll one deception check. This is
Okay.
individual.
Oh,
Can my deception be I'm gonna attempt to try to help and just clumsily fail at the bucket?
I mean, you don't even have to roll a
Oh my
deception check
God.
if you just go home, but you're staying to help.
I mean, I wasn't gonna try to help. I just wanted to panic a little bit and then go home.
So wait, let me get
That's
this
not
straight.
gonna help.
We don't have to roll deception if we just go home like most of us
You're-
already planned.
You're only
Yeah.
Yes.
being deceptive if you try to join and help.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah, I want to.
I'm not staying to help. I'm just yelling fire.
Okay.
I'm
So
helping.
raise your hand if you're helping. All right, the 3 of you plus Anthony will stay to help. The rest of you going back to where?
I guess the 3 ladies.
I think
Yeah.
the 3 ladies is where we're staying.
3 ladies, but we go in the back door.
Okay. Yeah, you show them the back door.
Yeah,
Nox,
the back door to the 3 ladies.
if you're like, man, if I had known this, I would have put up with a lot less abuse. No. All right, so you go back to the 3 ladies. It is dead quiet. The panic hasn't reached this side of the city yet, and it is yeah, it's just quiet. Do you want to do anything before I move back to the fire? Okay.
Can I have sent the plant with one of the people going back to the 3 ladies?
Absolutely.
since I'm staying?
You can also pass any supplies that you want as well and hand it off.
Nox will gather all the supplies.
Okay. So the fire, you're there watching the fire, and you're waiting for people to take notice. And some time goes by, and nobody seems to be taking notice. The fire is getting bigger, and it has now consumed the entirety of the warehouse.
I think it's time we get the hell out of here.
Yeah.
I mean, if no one's gonna notice, then why? Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Yep.
Oh, geez, yeah, I don't think anybody's coming.
Yep, thought for sure there'd be people around. So let's go
just-
before
Yep.
they are.
Yep.
Yeah.
Let's go have breakfast.
A breakfast sounds lovely.
All right.
We'll get you some coffee, Anthony.
I'm feeling a little down, actually. That'd be fantastic. Oh. Slippies?
Slippies.
Slippies won't be cooking yet.
But they'll have coffee.
True, but 3 ladies will have breakfast.
Coffee.
And that's
then
why
3
we're
ladies?
staying?
Wait,
so...
do they have breakfast this early? Wow.
I don't know. What time is it?
It's like 3:30.
Still?
4 o'clock tops.
Is there a place in town that has breakfast this early?
Tiffany's was usually the one that opened up.
Oh, god damn it. You know, if that had been a pumpernickel warehouse, people would have noticed the fire.
Not wrong.
Pumpernickel's what keeps this town alive.
Yeah, you get the sense that the warehouse district, for the most part, is abandoned at night. Nobody lives down here. The fire will eventually get big enough that it'll either die down or threaten other warehouses.
Sucks to be them.
Well, how close is this to the docks? Should we be worried that it will start burning ships?
You think it might burn the piers if it really, really, really got out of control, but the boats should be safe. Like the piers might start to collapse, but there's a lot of water between long piers. We're not talking like land and then water and then boat. Now these piers are very long. These ships are very big. They got to go out far enough for the depths to get deep enough for these ships.
Okay. That's... You think maybe we should let people know this is happening?
That would look very suspicious.
Well, of course it would, but not... I don't know. That just seems... not good.
I think we either alert them as if we just found it, or we disappear before someone sees us.
Yeah.
Well, we've already started walking away, right?
Yeah.
Sure. All right. So
We're still around.
one person give me a D100. 100 higher is always better, and then better in this case is fire damage.
Oh god.
Okay.
Oh.
All right. You walk away. You're not entirely sure, as you're not staying to watch. But you head back to Slippy's or the 3 ladies.
Well, our room is at 3 ladies.
Yeah.
So I would go there.
Okay. Anthony will turn to you and says, I'm this way. Coffee in the morning?
Sounds good.
Sounds wonderful.
And he'll depart and he'll go his own direction. So you get back to 3 ladies. Anybody doing anything for the night?
I need rest, but I don't think we have enough time for a long one before morning.
So you could definitely sleep in.
I don't think about that one. I'm gonna go to the stable, guys, and I'll see you in just a couple hours. I just gotta get myself a little patched up here.
Sounds good.
Okay.
I'll head to bed then.
All right. How many hours?
Good place.
How many hours y'all staying down?
Actually, I'll do the 4-hour meditation.
Okay. So it'll be about 8 o'clock when you come to.
I'll do 4 hours and then get up and, well, I don't know. I really need to do some research on how to play a druid.
So with the elf, you only need 4 hours of meditation, but you still need 8 hours for the long rest. So I mean, you could still hang around the bar for 4 hours in the morning. Hang around and get breakfast.
All right.
You're just not traveling or fighting or
Yeah.
exploring a dungeon.
Or investigating a chaos bomb.
Yeah.
What about
Just relaxing.
what about the rest of you?
I'll take a long rest.
Okay.
Yeah,
I think I'll go for
take
long
a
rest,
long
too.
rest.
Long rest.
Yeah, long rest too, but I'd like to have a quick talk with Kester before we go to bed.
That's
Because
fine,
a
yeah,
big
sure.
thing just happened.
They don't know. Yeah, I guess that's true.
Because I just sit down in our rooms and look at them. So, they all know now.
Mm-hmm.
Do we pack everything and leave? Or.
No, I think I trust them. Well, almost trust them.
Alright. I guess they did just help us kill 4 tailors, and 2 of them helped me torture one in the back.
Trust through mutual, we're all in this together because we all fucked up.
Yeah.
In the next room over, you just hear Nox say, "God damn it, fucking hammer."
Granny would be so pissed.
See,
Yeah.
Subscribe to the Patreon to see her write her next letter home.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Shameless, Casey. Simply shameless.
Oh man.
So shameless. Yeah, that was our first actual run-in with tailors. They're kind of terrifying.
They are. They're really powerful. They are way stronger than I imagined.
I think I almost lost you there for a moment.
I knew they were going to target me the second I did it, but I just couldn't get the image of losing Nox out of my head. I knew if I didn't do something, I didn't know if he was going to make it. I saw those creatures appear from him and I just moved before I could think it through.
Yeah, I get that. We're gonna need to get stronger, all of us.
Mm-hmm.
Gonna need to get you better with that sword. And I think it's about time I start working on some of my own stuff. But for now, we get out of town. I guess we're still sticking with you guys, with these guys. I leave it to your call.
You got a boat? A boat would be nice.
Yeah.
Get farther faster.
We're sticking with them. Hopefully we can go north and fix whatever's wrong with the elf we got with us.
Mm-hmm. Fix the trunk, the elf. See where it goes from there.
Yeah. Also, okay, so those other guys were confused, and I've been meaning to ask you, do you know what the hell the big guy is?
That's a... Do I know what the big guy is?
Nope.
Nope. Fuck if I know. Honestly, I would be lying if I didn't slightly want to see if we could take him apart. But like, you know,
Oh god.
he's kind of nice.
And
All
try
right,
to put
you
him
know
back
what,
together.
You know what? I'm going to bed before you give me fucking nightmares. Okay. Good night.
Oh, curious. Gotta build a golem one day. It's on the to-do list.
Jabo, as you sit
I'll go to
in,
bed.
okay, Jabo, as you sit in your stables, your plates are doing their old patchwork. They're kind of reshifting and shuffling as they're magically rematerializing the armor plates. Kia, you're meditating in your room. Joy and Nox fast asleep, and the morning comes. Kia, you're the first one to wake, and it seems like the stillness of morning. Everybody's still out. Jabo, you're 4 hours too, aren't you?
I'm 6, but I was just taking a short rest.
Okay, so you'll take a point of exhaustion.
I have a question on that. We could talk about it later.
Okay, all right. What are you gonna do?
Well, if there's any alcohol left at the bar,
Okay,
I'm going to hopefully have some rum.
all right. That early in the morning, the bartender doesn't even question it. He says, "Some shit went down. It sounds like As he puts the bottle in front of you and pours it. Guess there was a fire last night.
Was there?
That's what the locals are telling me.
Oh, where at?
Somewhere in the warehouse district. It didn't spread,
Oh,
fortunately.
that's good. That's good. How much damage was done?
The whole warehouse is gone.
Any idea on who did it?
Nope.
Oh. Well, I'm sure eventually they'll be found. Usually it's what happens. And I'll down the drink.
All right.
Just trying to like completely play dumb.
Yeah, we're not even gonna roll. He's not looking to test you. He's making conversation. As he sits back and he says, "Hey, if you get a chance, tell the dwarf I'm sorry."
I will. Though I think he'd like. I mean, it would be nice if you said it to him yourself.
Yeah, I mean, maybe that happens, maybe it doesn't, but
Afraid you'll slip another insult in there.
it's just so tiny. It's so hard.
I understand that feeling.
I better just keep my mouth shut.
I'll deliver the message then.
He pours himself a drink and just kind of stares out at the window as the morning comes in, and people begin to move around the streets. About another 4 hours go by uneventfully, and the rest of the party, or 2 hours, and then another 2. Everybody else wakes up.
I'm hungry. I will go out and see who's behind the bar and ask for breakfast or brunch or whatever.
Yeah, as you walk out to the bar, the it's come to life again. There are a handful of people, and it's the same bartender behind the bar, and he looks over to you and says, "Hey, what can I get you?"
Something hot and greasy would be great.
We got nothing but the grease. That's fantastic. You want something in the grease, I imagine. All right.
Yes, please.
We got bacon already ready. Is that
Yeah, bacon would be perfect.
Right.
Maybe some toast if you got toast.
Ooh, we got bread.
That's good.
Can you just like slightly burn it on one side?
Yeah, let me give that a try.
That's toast, right?
And Threshy, what are you doing?
Nox will walk into the bar to grab some breakfast after Joy.
Okay.
Yeah,
Breakfast is a plan.
Do I see J-Bo anywhere nearby?
Does she see Jabo anywhere nearby?
Well, I would have met up with them prior and went to the breakfast with them.
Okay.
That was the plan.
Okay, so the 4 of you walk in as the bartender's bringing back a plate of bacon and a piece of half-burnt toast. Looks like he kind of threw it on the grill, so it's got the grill marks on it. It'll get the job done. He sets that on the table, and he looks at the crowd, and he looks immediately at Knox and goes, "Huh!" and looks away and says, "What do you need for breakfast?"
Can I get a small stack of flapjacks?
And he looks, and he's...
I'm just gonna grin at the bartender like I know he's trying so hard not to set him up for this.
Let me roll
Yeah,
for him.
if I'm in within arm's reach, I pat him on the back. It's okay.
Okay, yep, that's fair, Jabo. Thank you for that PM. He says, one short stack coming up.
I'll lean over to Nox and say, by the way, he told me to apologize to you for all of the short jokes.
And a few moments he comes back out, and it looks like he's just taken all the bacon he's been cooking all morning and put it onto a giant platter and puts it in front of the group, and he says it's gonna be a bit on the short stack.
That'll be just fine.
When the bacon hits the table, I'll look at everyone and go, How many minutes do we have for Palace to get here before we make sure he didn't run off with the money?
We were supposed to meet him at
He
Slippy's for
didn't.
coffee.
He didn't have all the money. I only gave him 50, and I'm assuming I had the rest of it as well, so
Sure.
I will pony it up.
Okay. So y'all divvy up, was it 100 gold?
Oh god.
100 divided by 6.
So
That's not
someone
clean at
can someone can take my 10 so that it's nice and even.
Yoink.
Well, someone can take 10 from me so that it's not.
Oh, you mean to? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, so the extra 10. Okay, gotcha. So what is it per person?
It's going to be 4 people who have 20 and then 2 people who have 10 if we do it that way if we want to even. If we want to go for numerical, it's 16 gold, 6 silver, 6 copper.
Here, we'll go with the 20s and the 2 10s. I'll take another 10. I don't need money.
Yeah.
Okay. So me and Jay will
Fair
both
enough.
take 10.
So as the he comes back out and he's got the pancakes, but it looks like he has taken the pancakes and formed them into a shape of a happy mouse, and he sets them in front of you and goes, "This is the short stack. It's the only way I know how to make them." And he slides them in front of you and quickly departs.
Knox has decided that he's okay with the apology, and he stares at the mouse and he's just like, why not?
It's
And
got
just
like a-
goes to-
Yeah, it's got like a banana smile. It's got chocolate chip eyes.
Oh, those are actually really cute.
It's got a whipped cream little fro on the
Holy
top.
shit, he gave me whipped cream.
Yeah.
It's the only way he knows
Oh,
how to
dear
make it.
God.
I mean, like, damn.
This is definitely not the kids' pancakes from IHOP.
Yeah.
Not at all. That makes sense.
All right, we should
I-
eat quick since you agreed to meet him at
Yeah.
Slippy's for coffee.
I could head over there now and you catch up. That way, if he does try and run, there's someone to stop him.
He's not running very far without a crew for his ship.
Yeah, who knows which way he's running. I'll follow you. I'm good at chasing people.
Okay.
And plus, I need coffee.
Coffee does sound amazing.
I'll meet you guys there. And he'll just go to work eating.
Yeah, well, it's fantastic. Somewhere
She'll
they've
grab a
found
handful,
syrup.
babe.
Okay, absolutely.
Yeah, they found syrup, which leads me to my very important question I've been meaning to ask. Which of the countries is Fantasy Canada?
Fantasy Canada. If this was a place where people apologize all the time and were overly nice,
Loros?
Loros or here. Yeah.
Fair enough.
All right, so you going to Slippy's? Anybody doing anything else in the meantime? We good to go there?
Yeah.
Okay, so those going to Slippy's, raise your hands so I just have a visual. What's going on? Okay, so the two of you move over to Slippy's, and you walk in the front door, and you see Anthony. He's at the bar. He's tapping his hands on the desk. He's looking around, and he's got a full coffee cup in front of him. Actually, a couple of coffee cups lined up along the table. And he goes, "Hey, good morning, guys. How you doing? Bright new sunny day.
Did you get any sleep?
Who needs it? Let's go.
You need it.
Yeah, but sleep brings the nightmares, so let's go check out this ship."
That's fair.
And he's got this big smile on his face, and he looks back to the bartender and says, "Hey, I need 3 more of those. I'll be back in 30 minutes. Hey guys, I've bought the ship. It's gorgeous. Just wait until you see it."
I'm actually excited. Let's go.
Well, once we're out and away from prying ears, does that really all disturb you all that much?
I'm just fine. What are you talking about?
Sure.
He puts on a big smile and I won't say walks, but with this much caffeine, I like to imagine he just vibrates down the dock.
He's like a basketball.
Yeah. He goes, "Yeah, everything's fine, guys. So I was able to make the payment. It's ours. We have some dock space for the rest of the month. And if we're here longer, of course, there's another fee. But we're doing pretty good. We're doing pretty good for at least fundraising, so we should be fine. After a little bit of patching up, she'll be ready to sail. And as you walk, he says that as you get to the dock and he turns, and he stands, feet shoulder width apart, hands on his hips, just beaming with happiness as you see the ugliest, most rundown piece of garbage.
We did only pay 200 gold for it.
That's a J. Oh, you're not there.
Yeah, no, sorry.
It's got the sails are ripped in several places. There are large holes in the side of the ship, well above water level. And looks like a lot of it has been patched poorly and with age. And he says, just needs a little bit of work. A fixer-upper. There's
a lacquer.
Yeah, no, you're thinking. Yeah, I was thinking we could also get like one of those mermaids right on the front.
Oh, yes, definitely one of those.
I never imagined I would die at sea.
Oh, I always imagined that.
Somebody should get the shipwright.
The shipwright is off of the breakfast. Like, wow, my
I assume
burning.
he sneezes.
No, he's sneezing. His ears are burning. Man, it feels like someone's giving me a bunch of work.
Sand her down. Give her a nice lacquer. She'll be nice. No, she has a lot of potential.
See, you see what I see, don't you? It's not just a bucket that's gonna sink. It's freedom. It's future. It's the sea. It's the pixie.
Calling it a bucket would be a compliment. This is a pile of wood that happens to be floating in the ocean.
It's got buckets on it.
Look at it this way, Kelvin. I've been on worse.
Hey, you wanna check it out?
Oh, yes.
You say I've been on worse, and I just look at your arm.
We got a little bit of a map now. I'm gonna have to do some describing. I'm gonna have to pull you over from the black screen that you're seeing. I don't think I set you all up to. Oh yeah, all players can see all players, can't they? So when I pull Shelt over, and when I pull Kia over, it should open up for everybody, right?
Kind of sizable, huh?
Yep. So
Nice boat.
it is a relatively large boat. Let me go ahead and I'm just gonna kill the. I don't think I can kill the dynamic lighting like that, but yeah, it relatively sizable. It does seem to be like a long ship. It can be steered and directed with a minimal crew, but just at the limit, looks like about 3 people. Or it would take 3 people to work all the most important bits. And he comes in, he walks on, but he says, "This here, deck of the Pixie," and you look, and the floorboards need replacing. There is a ballista, but it is broken. That needs repairing. You talked about the sails were old and torn. There is no wheel. There is a post where a wheel should be. As you walk around the ship, he's still beaming. Each of the cabins, they don't have any mattresses on the beds, but they do have bed frames that are kind of stacked and piled into a corner. There's similarly a bunch of wall lockers stacked up on their sides in another corner. Taking a look at the second floor as he brings you down, there are several rooms here that are off. That allow for some sectioning off of supplies. Looks like there is only the 2 bedrooms as he shows you around, but they're on the top level, and they sleep 1 person each. And he says, "What do you think?"
She's definitely got a lot of potential once she's seaworthy.
Pull one of you over for the top. It'll take some time. It'll take some money, but heck yeah.
Did end up with some supplies, so.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Then you look at just this giant hole in the side. It is like a I would say a J-bow size hole.
You're not putting me in the boat, literally, as part.
we're going to need a lot of wood. A lot of wood. Mattresses. Definitely.
Oh,
We have
A
5
wheel.
days. We have 5 days to leave the city until we're all definitely dead.
what now? I didn't get that part.
Oh.
As he says,
Yeah, we have 5 days to leave the city until we're all definitely dead.
Well, at this point, they don't know it was us.
I mean, there's a chance we could make it to another port.
I've been in worse.
Can I settle up my bill and go out looking for my friends now?
Yeah, absolutely. And
Nox, he's gonna be in a great mood. He just had some wonderful pancakes.
He got an apology.
Yeah.
He'll leave an extra tip. He'll leave a whole 2 gold for the bartender.
Man, it's a nice day.
Yeah, man, it's a wonderful day. He'll like pat his carpenter tools, like, I'm sure we've got a little bit of work ahead of us, but it shouldn't be too bad. Let's go.
and he'll turn to you two and go, "Hey, where are the others?
Oh, they were going to meet us at Slippy's.
Oh, they got to see this too. Oh, they're gonna be so excited." And he starts vibrating back to Flippy.
Would I remember what Nox ordered for coffee last time I saw him? Because he's gonna need a coffee.
I think you all had the espresso
Yeah.
last time.
No, I think Nox had just a plain black.
Nox had black coffee. And
Yeah,
that's it.
Nox had a plain
Yeah.
black. So when we get back to Slippy's, I'll order a plain black and then a coffee with a little cream and 2 sugars.
All right. So you walk back in, and it's just a few moments before the rest of the crew arrives, and there's already another espresso cup for Anthony. He throws down a silver. No, he drinks for free. That's right. And he takes the cup and he starts sipping. And he goes, "They're gonna be so excited. I can't wait." And you guys walk in and you see him like just kind of doing the vibrating thing. Hey guys! And he slops the cup around, and there's some espresso flying over it. You see him. Oh gosh! Can't waste any of that.
Settle down there, Anthony. Whoa.
Good morning.
Morning.
I'll hand the black coffee to Nox and I'll go drink.
Thank you.
He looks remarkably in a good mood.
He'll chug it
I
down.
got an apology.
Wonderful coffee this morning. I've got good food. I had an apology. I've had coffee. This day is going great.
Oh, everyone's in such a good mood today.
Then you are ready to see the boat. Then it's fantastic.
Oh yeah, that sounds exciting.
It's beautiful. Trust me.
I'm sure it can't be that bad. I mean, it'll be a little bit of work. I sort of expected that for the price we're paying, but it should be just fine.
Oh, she's a lovely ship.
And he starts to walk you out. And he turns. Go ahead.
Oh, no, you go ahead. And I'll...
He just turns back to the bartender's like, "Another cup, please," and he walks out.
He's gonna have a heart attack from all the caffeine.
That man drinks way too much coffee.
I'll fall into line with Castor as we're walking away, and I'll go, 2 gold says we get to see the dwarf cry.
Raise 4. 4 he doesn't.
And you walk down to the docks, and it is a nice day. You do walk past a side of the warehouse, and you can see it's just this flat black pile of rubble. Only a couple beams of the structure left standing. Anthony doesn't look at it at all. He doesn't turn his head in that direction. He goes right to the ship, and he says, "Go ahead."
I'll help him with that and just like walk like in the way of that direction.
Okay. He spreads he walks up, and Nox, you see this gorgeous ship. And then he takes a 90-degree turn and looks at the pixie, spreads his hands and says, "The pixie." And you see about a month's worth of hard labor with a small crew.
I lean over to try
I
to see
know
if
what
there are
that
tears.
Beautiful Nox.
I do the same thing. I gotta make sure.
Our Father Chrolome Guide my hand that I might not smite this fool from the face of the earth. Guide my hand that I might know mercy.
Hey, Nox. Just point me in the right direction. I'll start mending things.
Oh dear God, that's not gonna work.
So it
That's
might.
not gonna work.
So what I'm hearing is it's gonna take a lot of work to get done, yeah.
Well, yeah. Lots of good hard love is all this thing needs. And then we're free on the sea.
The work it'll take to get done. We're all gonna die.
Maybe we can
Hold
hire
on,
some
Nox.
people.
Hold on, Nox. Obviously it's gonna take longer than the week. How much longer are we talking?
About a month.
What?
Oh, wait, hold. Okay. What about just to get it out of here?
Give me a. You have an appropriate carpentry. Give me a carpentry roll.
Yeah.
And
What would you like me to roll it with?
intelligence.
Fuck.
You got this.
All right, so it's an 8. There are varying levels. You think there are varying levels of repair. You could sail this boat away as soon as you get sails, a wheel and a rudder, and get that system set up. But you might have full-time duty, bucket duty going on. Give it a week, and you might only have part-time bucket duty in rough seas. But anything distance-wise, you're risking a lot.
Good thing you're a shipwright, right, Nox? Got a lot of work.
You okay, Nox?
I could build a better boat from scratch in the amount of time I have to fix this thing.
Thank God we brought a shipwright along, right, Nox? Got a lot of work. You can do it all, right?
Don't mind all the harsh words, Anthony. He's just a little cranky all of a sudden.
1 second. And you'll see Knox reach into his pocket. He'll pull out a flask.
Actual Connor is taking alcohol for this.
One more.
Ooh, one more.
Nox, what would it take to speed up the repairs?
Yeah,
I'd need 5 good carpenters working 24 hours.
Well, I could do 24 hours, but I'm not 5 carpenters.
That's the spirit. I mean, you're at least 2.5 carpenters, right?
I'm sure we could find some.
And I bet Joy here is as good as 8 carpenters.
Oh, you're so sweet.
You just gotta smile at this thing, and it'll just taste the freedom.
It's right.
I was
That's
going-
right.
I was going to suggest putting 5 good carpenters on the bounty board, but that could go wrong really fast.
5 good carpenters. We get the heads of 5 carpenters.
5 good carpenters. Any good carpenters. We'll accept anyone. As long as they do good carpentry work.
Well, you
So
know,
what is this? This is an
there
bounty.
might actually be people here that are willing to help us.
Exactly. I mean, we did save the town twice, 3 times, actually.
Twice.
Yeah,
No, there was the horse, the griffin, and then the fire.
Your best hope.
What did we do with the fire?
We put
We
the
put
fire
the
out.
fire out.
Did we put the
Tiffany's.
fire in?
Oh,
Tiffany's
they
fire.
definitely did.
Not the second fire.
Oh, that fire. Not,
They don't know
yeah,
about that fire yet.
They don't know about that fire.
Not your best hope's probably going to be to go check in at the guild. In the meantime, I'm gonna walk aboard, see how bad this is, and get to work.
Okay. So you see more or less what they saw, but give me another investigation check as you get a really good look at this. And you could roll this Hepper's advantage. Take your time.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Please don't.
Are
screw
those
me, dice.
tears? Are those tears? Do we can...
Oh, wait, Kyle. If the total of this roll is less than 10, it's tears.
Oh no! I don't like this.
17.
Yes.
All
Damn
right.
it! You just cost me 4 gold, you asshole.
I knew
So
I liked you, Nox.
as you walk around,
Take that gold.
you notice the holes at the top level, at the higher parts of the first floor down. You notice patchwork on the lower parts of first floor. But for the most part, they're quality patchwork. They've done good work to keep this thing floating in a harbor. But they knew this thing would take some time to sell, but it would be then they can't have it sinking in the harbor. These holes all do look like they were from some kind of battle. It looks like an old, I wouldn't say an older, looks like a naval ship, something that's fast and light, carries a small crew. It just saw its end of combat a few too many times, and rather than commissioning the repairs, they purchased a new ship and unloaded this one. You can even see that the captain's quarters has some markings of the Chrolome Navy on it, though they have been branded with a they've been branded in such a way to denote this no longer belongs to the Navy.
Like there's been a cross or something cut
Yeah,
out.
just like a straight. There's a straight line diagonally across it, right over the symbol of the Chrolome Navy.
Okay. Knox, after he's done his walk of the ship, is looking at the core fixes he needs to do. The jabot hole, the sails, and the mast, the ship and rudder.
Mhm.
Man, I shouldn't have taken 2 shots. And he'll walk along the length of the ship.
Okay.
And just think to himself, well, looks like it's my world's masterpiece. And then he'll get to work fixing the hole first.
Yeah, and Anthony is right alongside you the whole time. He's super excited, and he's like, "That's the spirit, Knox. I appreciate it. Hey, you want to get on this right now?"
Yes.
Oh, okay, awesome. What do you need?
As much time as we can get. First of all, Anthony, I'm going to need you to lay down the mizens and topsails.
Oh, carpentry work. All right.
No, I need you to climb the sails.
Okay.
And let them down so I can see how bad they are.
All right, climb the sails. I could do that. Absolutely. Yeah, and he starts vibrating up the sails.
As
let me give him a check.
So fast he can fly.
As Nox comes out of his walk around with some some resolve about this whole thing, Shelt will just frown and just count out 4 gold and hand it to Kester.
Kester, take the gold, walk by Nox, tap him on the shoulder. Good job. And keep going.
Boys, am I right?
All right.
I have no idea what just happened.
So, Nox is starting the work. With yourself. Who is going to do this?
I join in and I just go right into a working shanty like a machine and just constant work the whole time.
Okay.
Here, I'll use this right now to fix it.
Let me pull up my. All right, I'll patch it. Provided you have the carpenter's tools and the wood, you can perform repairs on a water vehicle. All right, so what you realize you're immediately missing is any supplies to repair it.
Brought the supplies with me from the shipbuilding stuff.
Absolutely. That'll get you a couple of small patches, but you're going to need some real wood.
All right, then.
I can go out and handle purchases if we need.
Knox will pull his coin purse and just hand Kelvin.
Mr. Kelvin.
Hand Mr. Kelvin 80 gold.
Really should just change that name.
He's never going to change. His name is Kelvin now. It just happens.
I'll need oak, and I'll need you to get me some bronze fittings to make sure it doesn't rust. I'll also need a can of tar.
How about the sails? Do you need extra tools so all of us can work?
Essentially thread and needle for everyone, and as much cloth linen as you can get.
All right, we'll do.
I'll go and see if I can find any good carpenters.
Okay. As you're walking through the city, going back, you notice the two of you. Anybody else going with them?
I'm gonna walk around the ship mending things that are within my small area of.
Yeah,
movement.
it's actually a pretty good area. You're putting some good magic into this. Anything not Jabo sized, you're mending out places where the holes are smashing from cannonballs. You're able to patch those up quite well. In fact, the wood you've patched up looks better than the actual wood of the ship, as it mends itself together. It is a taxing process, but you can do this for hours. So Kia, Shelt, as you guys walk out, leaving the docks for the market, you see a tiny halfling walking around. He looks frantic, and he's running from person to person, looking around, looking at the person, then moving on. And he spots the two of you, and he goes, "Excellent! Oh gosh, you're friends with the dwarf. You're friends with the dwarf. You're that group of people.
Yes, we're
Hello.
friends with
Hi.
Nox.
Oh geez.
Everyone here drinks coffee, don't they?
I don't get it. What's coffee? No. And of course I know what coffee is. Wouldn't touch this stuff. I wouldn't stop moving. Hey. Oh jeez. He's looking around frantically. Oh.
So what's wrong?
Do you want to come talk on our boat?
And he looks at you for a moment and goes, "Yes, actually that'd be great. Can we just take this thing and leave? I really would like to just leave."
We're gonna need some time to repair.
Yeah. You can. Do you need to hide?
He's, by the way, he is wearing a very nice attire. He's well dressed. You've never met him. Yeah, well dressed. We'll just go with that. And he goes, "Place to hide. Might calm my nerves.
All right.
You said something about a ship.
Follow me then.
All right.
And I'll lead him.
All right.
Yeah, and as he's walking back, as we're following, taking it back, just so how are you with a carpenter's hammer?
I'm never too good with myself. More of a talking man. But I could definitely be put to work. Let's do this. Yeah, let's get away. Let's get on this. And he starts following you back to the ship. And Nox, you hear the voice of the mayor you met earlier, as he shouts, "Oh geez, hello there. Oh gosh, Nox.
Mr. Mayor, how are you doing? He's not looking up at him. He's still working on fixing the ship.
There's something in my house. My house is haunted. I am not safe anymore. I need some help. The city would be eternally grateful, and you would have my debt and honor. And if you could absolutely just take a look at that, it's so." And he's just trying to catch his breath.
You need an exorcism of your mansion?
Yeah, we'll call it that. Absolutely. I was sleeping there last night, and just this cloud of things started rolling in. It was oh geez. It stood there. Oh gosh, I hid under the covers. I didn't move. I was very still. The shadow creeped in. I sat there, breathing. Hours went by. I took a peek out. I heard some scratching. I didn't see anything but a shadow in the corner. I stayed there. Hours. It must have been hours. Going by. I looked out again, and it said, there's just something like scribbled on the wall. There were some scratch marks in the wall, and it said, "I know you're awake."
Jesus.
And he swallows and he gulps, and he's just at mention of it, he goes pale.
By the gods.
Well,
Was there this morning when you left?
The writing's there. I leaped out of my bed, immediately to the door. You could tell he's in pajamas. They're nice pajamas, but they're pajamas. It was several hours after the sun rose before I felt safe. I thought immediately of you. You're such a kind and powerful and Chrolome, and oh gosh.
How many carpenters do you know?
Many. The Carpenters Guild. I know them.
If you can get the Carpenters Guild to help us with this, I can go take care of your beast problem.
You see him thinking, doing math in his head. He sticks out his hand. He says, "Deal."
Nox looks again. All right.
Oh. I'll just wait here.
Yeah, I know where you live. That sounds a little more threatening than I meant it to.
No, wait, not alone. Maybe I won't wait here alone. This ship is
You won't be alone. Our captain's here.
Anthony Piles can stay with you.
You see Anthony. He's on the riggings, and he's got like a knife up to the sails, and he's just holding it there, and his whole body's vibrating as it's cutting through the riggings.
Don't cut the ropes. We'll need those.
And he shouts back, "Oh, that'd have been nice to know before I started.
How many ropes did you cut?
How many are on the ground?" 4.
There's only 6. Oh.
Mend.
Yeah, you're able to pull the.
Let's get off the ship before I kill that boy.
Yep.
Works for me.
Where are we going?
Joy, you're in charge.
Staying. You're keeping them in that company.
Is it time for a coffee break?
No.
No. We'll bring back coffee.
That man needs an intervention on coffee.
Here, Anthony, let's fix these ropes, and I'll start mending the things that he's broken.
Okay, so who's going to the mayor's house? All right, 1, 2, 3, 4. Jabo, you're staying behind. You're muted.
Oh no, I was thinking.
Fair.
I think Jabo should stay behind. Make sure the ship doesn't go down.
Okay. So the rest of you make your way through town, and looks like there's now a couple people in the warehouse district shifting through the fire, scavenging for materials or supplies or anything they could get out of the fire. Just a couple of people, 4 or 5. Did look like dock hands. You get up to the mayor's house, and it is the same as the city's federal building, official building. It's got some of those pillars. It's got a short lawn and a gate that leads to a front door, and the front door is open.
Okay.
That's not
Well,
spooky
I'm
at all.
guessing he ran in his haste to get out.
Yeah, and didn't lock up. I mean, I wouldn't if I was terrified like that.
Knox will pull out his shield just in case.
Okay. All right.
Well, we're not gonna get anywhere standing out here.
Nope.
Let's go.
And I will walk right on in.
Okay.
I'll
Sorry.
follow her.
Holy symbol in the other hand for
Sure.
that nice channel divinity.
Oh.
You walk into the mayor's building. As soon as you cross the threshold in, you feel the temperature drop several degrees. The hair on your arms and the back of your neck stands up in response. There's a stairwell on the right that moves up to the upper floors, where traditionally you would find the personal rooms, where the downstairs is the offices. And there's a receptionist desk in front of you. There's nobody there. And the house is quiet.
He said it was in his room, right?
Might as
You
well check
did.
there first.
Let's go upstairs then.
Aye.
If you walk up... Go ahead.
Yeah, as I say, I'll start heading up.
Okay. So, Kia, you lead the way. You walk up the stairs, and there are several doors. It branches out to a hallway, going left, right, and then wrapping around to either side. And there are several doors. 1 immediately in front of you, 2 off to the right, and 3 to the left.
Well, we could split up, or we can take this one by one.
One by one.
Yep. Alrighty.
It's fair.
Only fools split up in a haunted mansion.
Yeah, this place is kind of giving me the jitters. I'd rather stay together.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Where would you like to go?
Let's do this systematically, like the closest door and then around like that.
Okay, so the door right in front of you?
Yep.
Okay. You open the door right in front of you, and it's a bathroom. Looks like they've got some plumbing up on this level that allows for some privacy in the privy.
toilet
Okay.
ghost.
Yep. Doesn't seems to be empty.
Majora's Mask. It just reaches out.
All right, then. Leave every door open.
Yep,
We don't want anything out of sight.
that was my plan.
Oh.
I'll go to the next door.
Okay. You open the next door, and as you reach for it, then turn it, the door doesn't connect. It just spins loose. The handle spins loose as if it's not connected to an inner mechanism, and then slides open.
Okay, that's spooky. And I'll step in. I'll grab Shelt or Nox and just whoever's closer and just take them in with me.
It's definitely Nox, and Nox is walking in.
Okay.
He's the priest. He's got to be right there.
He's being walked in.
This room is dark. No windows in this one. But from the light in the hallway, you can immediately see blood.
Oh.
All right. Nox is going to. Darn it! I don't get torches. He's gonna light a candle, I guess.
I'll hand you a torch.
Do we need light?
Yes, we do need light. I don't know why I didn't
I
take
think
the
we're
light
pretty safe.
lantern.
I think we're pretty safe.
I
I'll cast light.
I can cast dancing lights as well.
Can you really?
Yeah, I'm a drow.
Jeez, you do you. You're safer.
Yeah.
Yours is an 8. That's safer.
Dancing lights around the room.
These 6 globes scatter to the corners of the room, and in front of you there is this twisted corpse of a woman. You recognize the receptionist. It looks like she had been, well, reaching and clawing and trying to crawl towards the door. The blood on the floor is hers.
What kind of injuries are on her?
Give me a medicine check.
Yeah, Nox will walk over and check. Oops, sorry,
Really,
that's not supposed to be advantage.
that's always roll advantage. It's fine. I can tell the difference. Immediately you recognize fingernails pulled back in several locations where she was desperately trying to claw her way to the door. There are large gashes in her back where it looks like claws dug in and dragged, like as an act of dragging her back, ripped through several feet of flesh. On the other side, there's through the middle of the back and out the front, there's a puncture wound. A wide, slender puncture wound.
Nox will turn her over and close her eyes if they're still open and just say, "Rest in peace." Well,
I'm suddenly thinking I should have stayed on the boat. I don't know if I can stab a ghost.
There's ways.
Well,
You
obviously,
should try.
ghosts can stab people, and I'm not sure how I feel about this.
unfortunately, I have to agree with Master Kelvin there. Neither you nor Lady Kia are going to be of aid here. I need you to go back and I need you to get Joy and send her over here as best you can.
On it. And I'm out.
Okay.
Are you sure? Just in case.
Okay, tell me. Do you have any magic that can harm a ghost?
Do I have any magic that can harm a ghost?
I
You just have magic, so yes.
I have dancing lights. We've been through this.
All right then, you go with him.
Oh, fine.
The
No,
best
what,
way
if
to
I'm with
fight
you?
an undead is with magic or with silvered weapons. And I'm poor, so I don't got silver. Do you got silver? Do you got silver? Oh, he's already gone.
I
So-
can just stab things good, and I'll just as I'm walking out.
All right, so the two of you leave and you start down the stairs. Nox, in the room you're in, as you hear them going down the stairs, the door slams shut.
For them? Or for us?
For you.
us.
The door to the room you're in with the woman slams shut on you. Her dancing lights that she took with her gone. You sit there in darkness as you feel breathing down your neck.
Do we hear the door slam shut?
You all
Where
do,
am I?
and that's where we're going to call this episode for the night.
Okay. Damn it.
And she wish
Damn
you
it.
dancing lights.
Da 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 da
Where did I
da.
end up in that?
Did you go with? We were walking
Yeah,
with
I
them?
was with them.
Okay. What would you have done? Where would you have been?
I mean, 'cause he was talking like I was there.
Okay.
I'm sorry. Did you come or not, Kester?
Yeah,
He was there. He was there. I remember he was talking about lights. All right. So the door
Okay.
slams on the two of you,
Cool.
and you
Hey,
both
'cause
feel
I'll-
you both feel
Yeah.
breathing down the back of your neck.
I was hoping my wizard friend could be the DPS
Yeah.
while I'm the tank and the healer.
Hey, you're there too. Congratulations. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Whoo. I didn't think you chased it that quickly, but cool. What we're gonna oh man. Thank you for watching today. If you haven't seen it yet, we did set up a Patreon last week. A whole bunch of people were like, "Where's your Patreon?" And we're like, "Eh." And then they were like, "Where's your Patreon?" Like the next week. So we did it. We set it up. There are fun ways where you can both support us and participate in the campaign. We have all the details of the world. We're slowly adding it. We'd like to add your items, your NPCs, or even at the top tier. I'd like to run a game with you where we can inject you into this world, and your actions will have an effect on the players here. You can also catch us. We're just starting to play a lot more video games together on this channel. We have recently delved in deeply. We're getting started. We're on the surface level of Elder Scrolls Online. We're giving that a try. It's been
Assholes
fun.
pulled me into it.
We did. We pulled them in.
One of
It's
us,
free.
One of
You can
us.
come join us. You can come play with us. We're starting a guild. We need people to get a guild bank. It's very small. Don't have high hopes. I also stream semi regularly. More D&D Adventures League. It's a little bit of a different style and a flavor, but you're welcome to come hang out and watch that. It's a very deadly game. These hardcovers we're running Descent to Avernus. Oh man, brutal. A hint and a little bit of a spoiler ahead. There's parts in the Descent to Avernus book that says hell isn't a happy place. Every time your players like succeed at something, like knock them down a peg and you know, make it a little less exciting. So that'll be fun. You can also follow SkyZio on Twitter. That's going to be Amanda or Kia. Shelt is going to. Are you streaming right after this?
Yeah, I'm gonna be messing around with Mayhem mode in Borderlands 3
Ooh.
because I beat Borderlands 3 last time I played it and unlocked Mayhem mode, so I'm looking forward to that.
Awesome. So check him out. We're gonna post him right after this.
Also, I'm like 5 followers away from hitting affiliate, so if there are 5 of you in here who aren't following me yet, please.
That's it. You hit that follow button. Hit that follow button. That way he can get his bits, and I can sub to him and give him bits. You can also check out Jamie May Odinson at Facebook. She's also got our Facebook page and all of our social media stuff. She's doing a fantastic job. If you know her in person, ask for a business card.
Yeah.
We got those. So, ladies and gentlemen, anything else I'm missing, guys? Any last shout-outs?
Not that I can think of.
Very
I think
cool.
you got it covered.
These are all the sexiest players in Dungeons & Dragons. Check us out next week. Next Tuesday, we're going to pick this up right where we left off. We got some...
With a ghost breathing down my neck.
We got some
Sounds
We'll be
be
fine, we'll be fine.
spoopy.
spoopy
It is
adventures.
going to be spoopy. We're all going to be in costumes too.
Oh, is that next week?
Isn't that
Yes.
next week?
No,
Yeah, that's next week.
That's
Oh
next
god,
week.
wait. That
2
means
weeks,
he's
2
not
weeks, 2
here.
weeks, 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Okay,
Oh,
cool.
2 weeks.
darn it.
That's
Oh.
2 weeks to Halloween because I was about to say.
That was gonna be
Halloween is
super
every
scary.
day,
Just
guys.
so
That's gonna be even
excited.
We were
scarier. My
testing
dwarf is
y'all.
gonna be gone.
I have my costume. It's cool, but we won't spoil it. You have to check it out live on stream. Thank you guys for hanging out. I'm going to do a little button outro. Hey, thank you again to our Patreons. You guys are fantastic. And you know what? I'm going to say thank you to our Patreons and then click the button where I could be like, and I don't want to screw up any names. Gregory Martin, Jamie May Odinson, and Robert Fairs. Thank you so much. And we are working on those items. We got one of the items. Maybe they see it in the game. We've placed it in the world. I hope they get to run across it. And if not, we'll shift it and give him another chance to run across it. So thank you so much for that design and that input. Love you guys.
Thank you.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye.